The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
What's up indeed? Next, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
I freaking hate Morrison.
Next, he is the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh and vulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum. Indeed. As for myself, my name's Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We have a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about Batman Deadpool #1, DC's offering to the Batman Deadpool crossover. And we'll be talking to you all about the Apple TV show Pluribus. And we're going to be talking to you all about Star Wars Visions Season 3, the long-awaited review. So we got all that coming up, plus more. And, of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. And we'll tell you how it is you can do that in just a moment. But before we do, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, you do have a couple ways to do it. You can go ahead and hit the call-in button. The call-in button at fantasticforum.live. You will be brought into the show, be the fifth member of Fantastic Forum, or you can always jump into chat, whether that be through YouTube, whether that be through Twitch. We'll take your comments directly out of the show and out of the chat and bring them into the show. I'm out here misspeaking, but yeah, we'll take your comments directly out of chat, bring them into the show. Look, insert a witty chat comment here, right here, Jay. Bam. Heckzilla in chat. Where show here, heck, show here. So bam, just like that. So with that said, let us know what you think about what we're saying. Let us know what it is that you have to say about whatever topic you got going on. But we got a lot of show today. So we're going to get right into it. And we're going to jump into Batman Deadpool #1. As I mentioned before, this is DC's offering in the Batman Deadpool crossover. We had Deadpool Batman about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I guess now it's probably like a month and a half or 2 months now, because I think that came out first, and then we had this one come out at the beginning of last month. So with that said, I think the first thing I want to ask you all is, was Deadpool the right character for this crossover? Look, obviously, Deadpool is super popular character, iconic in his own right. But I'm really interested to find out from the rest of the forum your opinions on whether Deadpool was the right character for this, like to be, I guess, the tentpole next to Batman for this DC Marvel crossover. Moses, what's your take, man? What do you think? Was Deadpool the right guy?
Well, I would have thought not, and I thought not even after reading the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, the DC ones side of the things are better than the Marvel ones. Like in
Okay.
terms of, even this book, like the Marvel one wasn't as good as this one. And I think if somebody's gonna write that character, not even though it might not be the right one, but make it right. It's Grant Morrison,
Got you. So
and it felt like this one was way better than that first one. Yeah.
okay, okay, interesting, interesting. What's your take, Jay? Was Deadpool the right character?
He seems to be like I would have gone with, but it worked.
Who would you have gone with? If you had to make a choice, like what? Because I mean, obviously this has happened before a long time ago, and we had a bunch of different characters that got paired up. People that DC brought out their icons. Marvel brought out their top tier heroes to like to mess with and team up or go against all of these folks. Like, if you would have picked somebody other than Deadpool, what would have been like your initial kind of pick?
Um, I'm not really sure. Like off the top, maybe a Cyclops.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Alec, I mean, he's my favorite superhero. I look, but I understand why you say that. At the same time, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not even sure I would have said that, but I'm not mad at you. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like it
yeah.
might not work,
Yeah.
but Cyclops
Well,
and
listen.
Batman in the sewers looking for mutants.
Okay. Listen, like Dark Knight mutants.
Um, I don't know.
That's fair. That's
I
Well,
fair.
even like let's say like a Killer Croc comes up and he thinks it's Morlock, and Batman is like it's Killer Croc. Yeah.
He's like, leave that young boy alone. All right. Oz, let me come to you, bud. What about you? Was Deadpool the right character for this crossover, you think?
I think he's fine. You you get somebody wisecracking. It just harkens back to like old Batman and Robin books, where
Mm,
especially the Jason Todd era, where dude just would not shut the fuck up half
mm.
the time, which is why they killed him. I think the writers are the issue here. Like I liked the last book. Zeb Wells did a great job with this, and then
Hmm.
Morrison just reminded me why there's no Deadpool books on my pull list.
Interesting.
And I hate
So,
that there was a moment where I looked at the page and said, "The fuck is Lex Luthor doing here?" Oh,
yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. But so you basically had the opposite reaction Mo did, where you're like, the last book, you were feeling that more so,
yeah.
but this
I think
one,
it depends how you feel about Deadpool because he was more toned down in the first one, and he just like is non-stop in this one.
yeah,
So and some
yeah.
people like that.
I'm a guy that
That's
likes
interesting.
Deadpool quiet, but we haven't gotten that since like '92. You know.
Is that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I will say that it's interesting to me because even as soon as they announced it, I was like, Batman Deadpool or Deadpool Batman. I'm just like, like again, I don't want to take any props away from Deadpool as a character because Deadpool as a character definitely holds his own and is like a comic book staple without question, like one of the biggest stars in comics as far as the character is concerned. My whole thing was just more so like, is Deadpool of the status that if you're going to do a Marvel DC crossover and only have like one feature, is Batman Deadpool the way we go? And I could understand from maybe a Marvel perspective, maybe they're like, hey, we just want to kind of feature something a little bit more fresh. Like they're like, okay, maybe they're like, we don't want to do Spider-Man again, or maybe they're like, or maybe they're like, uh, Iron Man doesn't uh, line up with their brand strategy for right now because that's not the character they're trying to push or something like that. Um, but still, I don't know. Like I'm just like I'm not sure Deadpool was the guy. Like I almost feel like I wouldn't have went this way either. Like I don't know if I would have felt good about it. But if you're gonna push like a newer character and you're like more along brand strategy lines or something like that. I almost feel like Miles Morales Spider-Man might have been a better way to go than Deadpool.
See, that would
You
have been
know,
better for Static Shock
I listen. I don't
or Static,
listen.
I guess.
We'll get to that spot because that's a whole nother ball of wax right there, man. Because like I don't know, but yeah. Um. Okay.
I
So
really think like the other one, the Marvel one with Zeb Wells, like it's all in the story. Like you compare anybody and make it work. That's the whole concept between like Brave and the Bold, or Marvel team up. It's all about the stories you tell with the people
mhm.
you team up, and I think this one feels more like that than the last one did. Even though the last one was enjoyable, but I like this one more. Like this one makes more sense, even because it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in the story that Grant Morrison chose to tell you, where like the two universes are fucking for a few seconds. You know?
Listen. As soon
Yeah.
as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Mo's gonna love this."
Hell yeah. I
Like,
love that shit, dude.
wait,
You see, you
which
see, you see both of their old faces too in one panel.
Dude, you know what's weird is that today I got an email from Grant Morrison detailing the script, telling me like, "Oh, this is what I did in this page. This is why I chose this." And it's like if you like this Cosmic Typewriter, the writer character, here's his first appearance in this book. And I'm like, "Holy shit! How do you know I was going to talk about this?"
that's hilarious. Look, heck, just put a comment in the chat. Like, you got to drop that in, Jay. Like, classic heck. uh, oh, that's not what I'm talking about. I know. That's okay.
Uh,
That
Classic.
wasn't the comment I was talking about, Jay,
That's
but it's okay.
classic Jay.
I know. There you go, Jay. Like, heck, say, universe is effing. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, dude.
That's exactly how he said it. No, look, but no, of course, like, um, it's see, and this is the beauty of Fantastic Forum because you get a diverse set of opinions. It's
Even right now
like
in the other chat, Heck says like, what would be a good collab? Deadpool and Plastic Man, buddy cop shit. And I don't even see that. Like, I would see a good like versus right there, where it's like the mark is the target is Plastic Man, and Deadpool's got to get him, and Deadpool can't kill him because none of his weapons will
right,
work on them.
right. No, see, but I guess here's the thing. Like Mo, you mentioned Brave and the Bold or Marvel Team Up, and I agree with you in the sense that a team up is only as good as the idea that the writer has for the characters. You're 100% spot on there. I think the big difference here for me is that we haven't had a Marvel DC crossover event in what was it? 90 was 96 the last time?
I
What
mean,
was
we're
it?
still not having it.
What do you mean?
We're just having vignettes. Like, there's no real story on how this crossover comes to play, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're saying this isn't on the same scale as the last one,
Or
sure,
any of
you're
them. Like
absolutely
it's
right.
not
But
like any crossover
uh,
event within the brands within the companies. Like it's not on par with any of those. These are literally just fun short stories, or
I
some less fun than others.
what I don't. But what's the point you're making?
That it's not a real crossover event. It's crossover, not an event. You know,
Oh, okay. I mean,
it's a
okay.
monetary
If
event. It's a sales event, but it's not a story event with potential ramifications.
well, I mean, but the last
Like even
crossover, which was
Knightmare was bigger than this, like in terms of scale and as an event.
well, but Nightmare, like that's like an actual DC crossover
Right,
event.
but
I
that's
mean,
what
a
I'm
DC.
saying.
I mean,
Again,
it's
an
a line
actual again,
wide event.
say that again. An actual
Yeah, it's an actual
crossover
line wide
event.
event.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Event. Yeah,
the
this isn't
the
really an event. Like it's a crossover and it's company wide. Two companies coming together
I think I
collaborating,
think
but
I think we're talking semantics here. It's a crossover then. Let's just call it a crossover, a
right.
company crossover. Okay,
Yeah. But it's not
so
like
if
if
we're
you
gonna,
miss an issue, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I should have got that.
well, there's only two issues.
Yeah.
But so the
no,
crossover is like that's the whole point I'm making is we haven't had a crossover
There's
like this
three, right?
in Decades.
I
I
know
don't
there
think so.
on the DC side there are 3.
Yeah, there was another one where I saw Shazam with
Like there's
Thor.
a Flash.
The Black Flash and was it
No, Flash, Fantastic Four,
yeah.
Shazam and Thor.
Shazam, Thor,
Wait, I
and
didn't know there
then
was a Shazam Thor. I knew there was a. I did know about the Flash Fantastic Four one, but wait. So
and the third one is the Deadpool or Batman Deadpool.
okay.
The
So
the Thor Shazam is Infinity Comics.
oh
It's Marvel DC Infinity Comic #1.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that doesn't count.
No, it counts.
No, it
I
counts. It's
have
a story with them together. What
I
do
have
you?
Infinity Comics. So.
Oh jeez. Okay, but what I guess what I'm saying is this: is we haven't had a crossover comic from these companies in decades, and so these stand out because we don't know if it's going to happen again anytime soon. And so I think that that's different than versus, a Brave and the Bold and a Marvel team up, which even what used to come out, I think both of those used to come out monthly. And then even when they didn't come out monthly, they still came out, periodically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, to put Deadpool in that spot like I get why DC picks Batman, right? Because 9 times out, if you're only going to feature one character, it's probably going to end up being Batman or Superman. Even though at some point it probably should be Wonder Woman, but they don't do that over there. But for Marvel to choose Deadpool, I'm like, wow, like I don't know, is that the right call? Especially if you're going to be like, okay, who goes good with Batman? So yeah, but yeah,
I mean, it was right after
uh,
the movie that they came up with the idea, right?
No,
after Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
they had talked about it before. Like it was a news story before the movie came out. But yeah, it's definitely like while the movie was getting promoted.
I mean,
Yeah.
Deadpool is probably their movie wise their biggest moneymaker.
Character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least this year.
Yeah.
Spider-Man aside, because that Spider-Man movie made a ton of money too.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and I guess that's my whole thing where I'm just kind of like the nature of the crossover itself, where you're like, okay, like if we're only gonna do this every 20 years or so, I don't know if we're gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, man, that Batman Deadpool, that was the way, that was the one. But
Well, this one today, I think is for me. I loved it.
well, listen, I'm with Oz on this one, and that kind of leads into my next question because I'm like, Grant Morrison, of course, is known for periodically making these meta kind of books, right? Like where he's breaking the fourth wall in ways, and you know, periodically with the self inserts, right? So it's like, look, you tell me, Mo, did that aspect of things help this book or did it hurt it?
Well, if they're not going to explain really what's going on with these two universes, this is the one that does it for me. And so it gave me, a reason for this even existing on a literary story perspective, aside from
Hmm.
just the money grubbing side of two companies, one of which I don't want to read stuff by. And so, well, for me, it was fine. And then the story went well. Like I loved the story. I love the concept. I loved everything about the writer, the character of the writer. I loved. Ever since I
Okay.
saw him back in JLA with
You,
I'm looking at
you
the
okay?
email he sent me.
Oh, okay. I'm saying like he said GLA and then just spaced out.
The run he did with Ed McGuinness, but he actually sent me
Oh,
the issues that he came out in
right.
originally where he was created, but
Oh, okay. Got
but
it.
yeah, it's like even using the usage of the Lazarus pit and stuff like that,
Hmm.
um, and then it comes out crazy and it comes out as Dark Claw.
Right. Right.
Like it's a wacky book, and that like that's low key. Like if you don't like this book, then you shouldn't really like Zeb Wells's like Deadpool Spider-Man team up, like Avenging Spider-Man 7. You know, because it's the same shit. You know.
Okay. Okay. Like how about you, Oz? Does the meta stuff help or hurt the book in your opinion?
Deadpool doing it's fine because I'm used to him doing it. I don't like self inserts. And if you're just gonna go nuts like that, then I don't. The self insert really bugs me.
But how is it nuts?
They're in an imagination hellscape.
Right.
It's just they're fighting cartoons at one point.
Right.
Like, that's nuts.
But again, what's the like? Who are they really fighting? Like that's not really who they're fighting.
Right.
Who are they really fighting? Somebody that could create a nightmare hellscape. That would be like that's the way you get a guy that has regenerative healing powers and a smart guy detect. Like if it was if it could have been this, but with the Mad Hatter doing it, and it would have still worked.
I think it would have felt better if it was Mad Hatter. It's just it's a self
So you just
insert.
don't like Cassandra Nova? Like,
No, I don't like Morrison putting himself in the book.
But I mean, what did he do in the book that really like changed the story? Like
he wrote the story. He defeated Cassandra Nova.
Yeah,
it was him. It wasn't he's the one that did everything that happens. He who remains is the story.
Well, he's the writer,
right?
Like, yeah,
and as he's writing as they're talking, like he's literally in charge of the TVA.
Yeah, but that I mean, what's wrong with that?
I don't like that it's him.
You just don't like Grant Morrison.
Yeah, which is how I started the show.
But you don't dislike all of Grant Morrison's.
I'm not saying the story's not terrible.
But you're talking like it is. That's the thing. That's why I want to. Is it you not liking it, or is the story bad?
I don't like Grant Morrison. The story's not terrible. Like I said, if it would have been Mad Hatter, I would have been more okay with it. Something like that. But once I see him putting himself in there with a magic keyboard, I'm out. Like that's it. I'm done. F that guy.
But like, how's that different than Pariah or Phantom Stranger? Like,
because those are fictional characters,
right? Which makes it better that it's the actual guy writing the fucking comic book. Makes it cool. Makes it like.
I'm not sure that that's true. I hear you though.
For me, it is.
I hear where you're coming. I hear where you're coming from.
I like. This is a technique used, like the movie with Will Ferrell did that, where the chick was writing and he had to go meet the chick that was writing his life, and she didn't realize.
Oh yeah.
So I love those stories, like Niebla, the Spanish novel. Like I love those stories, and this is one of those with fucking Deadpool and Batman. So it's like, for me, and it's if anything, where this sucks in terms of those type of stories is that these characters, nothing changes for them for the fact that they meet their creator. Yeah.
Well, it's not their creator.
No, but the one pulling the strings, the Oz of the the wonderful world,
Yeah.
So the man behind the curtain, and that's the thing. It's like that's where that was wasted. If you want to, if I would criticize it for that, it'd be for that nothing happened with them meeting the man behind the curtain.
I don't think that that's necessarily true though for Cassandra Nova. Like Cassandra Nova, I think is changed by this experience. At least in this story.
In this story, yeah, but she's not who we were following. She's just the antagonist. Again, it could have been fucking Scarecrow. It could have been hallucination for Scarecrow. A thing in Batman's hat from Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody.
Well, what do you think, Joe? Is does the meta aspect of Morrison's writing enhance the story or take away from it?
I'm not really sure.
Listen, you're gonna have to form some opinions, Joe. You're gonna have to. Look, it's required. This is what the whole show's about.
Right.
It's like, did you like the story itself, like the Batman Deadpool story, or like just generally speaking?
I like the characters and the interactions. As
Okay.
far as the actual story,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was okay.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't great,
Yeah.
but I did enjoy like Batman and Deadpool working together.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I will say that I do feel like Morrison had some moments in regards to like he was actually better at Deadpool quips than I would have suspected. And some of the jokes that he told in the like initial portion of the comic were actually like pretty funny and like actually clever because it's like again it was like meta
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But like Oz mentioned, like it's kind of expected coming from Deadpool. Um, Sometimes Grant Morrison just kind of he goes for it, right? He goes all the way, and I know from personally, like that's not the Morrison that or actually it's not necessarily the Morrison that I'm the biggest fan
Yeah.
of either,
So, and I
because I
think
know
that's.
that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mhm.
No,
I was
continue.
gonna say I just I feel like where the story started, I was a little bit more happy with, but where we end up, I'm just like, yeah, like I wasn't feeling it. Like even like I think like yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not exactly sure where at what point he lost me. I think it was honestly before Dark Claw, but definitely at Dark Claw, where I was like, when Dark Claw comes out the pit, I'm just like, oh, I don't definitely don't need this. And then the self insert, like I don't necessarily have a big issue with self inserts if they're done in a particular way, like a more reserved, tasteful way. This I'm like, okay, this is just like this feels a little bit much. Like like Morrison wants to be the star of the book. And so I don't know. Like I definitely enjoyed the Marvel one better, but that's mostly
Big
because it was
surprise.
well. I mean, it's actually a story about Batman and Deadpool teaming up, which is like this doesn't feel like that. After like halfway through, it becomes something else, and that's unfortunate because it was there, and then I think Grant Morrison got bored and so and then we get something else and it's like okay well hey and like we got Cassandra Nova because he created Cassandra Nova, so okay, you know but and it's not like it's a terrible use of that character. It's just one of those things where it's like it definitely feels like that villain is used because Grant Morrison's like, I like that villain because I made that villain up. Like, there's not a good reason necessarily for that to be the villain for Batman or Deadpool. So, I mean, I guess maybe you could, maybe they were like, oh, well, like you said, they're coming off the movie. So maybe it could be that, or they're just like, we want that. And maybe that's how they finessed Morrison into it. But again, it doesn't make sense for DC to want that to happen, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So the art was phenomenal, though, right?
I
I mean,
wish it
we
was
could probably
Liam
agree on
Sharp.
that, huh?
I wish it was Liam Sharp.
You don't like Dan Mora?
No, I do. It was really
Oh,
good actually, but if it was
oh,
Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp, like the team behind the Green Lantern,
uh
then I would have loved it more.
Oh,
huh.
the eternity fucking scenes would just have been so like amazing, like so much detail.
They would look like fucking barbarians going at it. Yeah,
I mean, they already look good, but yeah,
yeah.
the sharp on those pages, just those pages too. Like
What what's the character? What's the character that Eternity's with?
Kismet.
Kismet. Okay.
I
What
think they
what
were. I think
That's
they
like
were.
DC's Eternity, right?
Yeah, I think they did the same thing for the last crossover. I can look it up.
Oh, is Kismet
No,
that old of a character?
No. The last time for that, it was the creators, and it was like their heads are on their like nightstand tables, like the old ones from the last crossover. So it wasn't them, but it was like there was like the two I remember, and it was like one's supposed to be Kirby, the other one's supposed to be Stan Lee.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, listen, I feel what you're saying, Bo. Where you're like, okay, at least they gave us like some sort of reason why this this event is happening, right? Like, and that's fair. Like, I like the cosmic being type deals, and so like I'm not as familiar with DC, the DC aspect of things though in that regard, because I didn't even know, like I don't remember Kismet, um but I'm open to that, and especially if you're like, hey, let's use this as the catalyst. It's like that is a cool idea. What are you gonna say, Oz? You look like you're about to say something.
No, I'm just looking stuff up.
Oh, sorry.
Did you guys see the alternate cover?
I have not seen it. What's it look
It's
like?
by Sean Murphy, and it's
Mm.
Lobo with Deadpool. Like,
Lobo. See, now that feels a little bit more like that makes more sense.
but what are you gonna do with that? Like, the story ain't
I don't know.
interesting. Like, it
Why is that
doesn't
sort of interesting?
because none of them could die. So it's like, where's it gonna?
Like
Wh-
people don't have to die for
well,
the
what's the
story to be interesting.
stakes? Yeah, no.
The
Well, I guess
stakes
that's
can
the
be,
challenge. But
yeah.
neither of us are writing it, so
I mean, look, Superman can barely die, right? And they make stakes for him every
yeah. But
month.
he could kill anybody, and his stakes is killing. So he's like, he doesn't kill. How can he solve it without killing this person? Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that's the interesting part. Yeah.
So it's like you're basically
Otherwise, every
saying
comic
that,
would be a strip where it's like, like, all right, finish, save the world again.
right?
You know,
So you're basically saying that Deadpool and Lobo like are so like immoral
yeah, they're
that it's just
immoral.
like they can
They're
just do whatever they want.
immoral and immortal, and it's like, yeah, it's what? Where is the dilemma here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even had like that's why I stopped reading Punisher for a while for that same reason because he had no real like dilemmas. Like he was just killing for a while. Yeah. And it's
Mm.
like now, now then when you get to like the max, then it's like, okay, who's he killing? How's he killing? Why is he killing? And
Mm-hmm.
it added not dilemmas, but the stories became interesting, even though he was just killing remorselessly. But for a
Yeah.
long time, I didn't read Punisher for that reason because he just became a straight like basically
Just a
like
murderer.
yeah. And then when Becky Cloonan wrote it, I liked it because she just did it from the perspective, or at least the first few issues of her run, the perspective of villains, and he was like their boogeyman, their Michael Myers. It's like, don't say his
Right.
name, he might hear you, and he come out, like
Right.
like Candyman.
Yeah. Let's Oz, did you find what you're looking for?
I did, but I don't think you guys will care.
I was hoping somebody would look at the cover when I said it, but nobody did.
Give give us look, tell us what it is. Maybe we do care. It's on topic, right?
No, the
Yeah,
cover, the alternate cover. Look, oh,
I know what you're
oh,
saying,
oh,
Mo.
sorry.
I'm, I'm asking.
I thought you were talking to me, not him. Yeah, sorry.
No, no, no.
Let's forget that we talked for the last 5 minutes while he's just diddling away.
No, I was just asking Oz, but never mind. It's okay. So, yeah, it's the covers by who?
Sean
Mo?
Murphy.
Sean Murphy. Let's see. Sean Murphy.
So this could all been happening in
Batman.
the background if somebody took initiative.
Hey, well, hey. Here we are, Mo. Here we are. Let's see. And you said it's, oh, I see it. I see it.
can
Oh,
we see it?
hold on. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up.
Fuck pulling it up, pull it out.
Pull it out. Okay.
We
Well, let's
need
see if
idle
I can
music.
make this happen in a way that isn't extra
I got I
disruptive.
got the blue cover. So
Oh, they have a blue cover as well.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was the red cover for the other one, right?
I think so. I don't remember. The other one had like 30 covers.
There it is. That one, right?
Yeah, that's the one I got. Oh, yeah.
Bite me, fanboy. Yeah. They look like they're having a real good time. I'm like, look, it looked like did Deadpool
Again,
steal Punisher's van?
that is your entire story right there in one page. Like that's what it'll be. Like you don't need anything else. That's why I brought it up because like if these two would team up together, like that's it. You know, like you don't need 52 pages of this. You know,
There it is. There it is. That's too funny. Um, let's talk about some of
so
these other
who's
stories
in
real
charge of
quick.
the screen?
I'm sorry, what?
Who's in charge of the
Oh, I'm sorry.
screen?
That's my fault. Bam. Get that out of there. Boom.
The fuck are we doing over here?
Uh, let's talk about some of these other stories, and I think I want to go in reverse order because, yeah, I mean, some of these are more vignettes than stories, right?
I think they're all like
Let's
3 pages, right? 3-4 pages.
listen. I feel like some of them have to be more than that, right? Or at least they feel more than that.
Yeah, I
The
think they're
I
all
don't
like
know.
Constantine is more than 4 pages.
that's like 8, I think, right? Or
The
4 double sided.
the Nightwing, I believe, is more than 4 pages.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
So,
that one?
well, let's
That
let's
one's been
start
all
with
over my Instagram feed, so people are loving that one.
yeah. Listen, let
Never mind, I
let
hate
let's
it. Let's
go
not talk about it.
let's go back the other way first. Let's start with this
Well,
static
hurry
Miss
up, start.
Marvel.
Let's go.
Hey, man, listen, listen, static Miss Marvel. You brought up Moses. You felt like that's where Miles Morales should have been.
When you're
Um,
thinking about
it,
the pairings, like it's an oddball pairing for Deadpool and Batman, thinking what could fit, and then these two aren't that much an oddball pairing, but a less oddball pairing would be Miles Morales and Static. You know,
Feels like they were trying to make a love story and just ran out of time.
I listen. I'm like either way. I'm just like this. I didn't like this at all.
The art's terrible
Um,
too.
I don't mind the art.
listen, I was not a fan of it, and it definitely like I know like Cohen can do way better. I've seen it,
The
so
monster looks great. It's just the people that he just I don't know, man.
I think I don't know if it was just a thing where it was more um like about a timing type deal, or like as far as like how much time. Like I don't know if they asked him late and he had to like rush or whatever, but like obviously you know Cohen like like his static he knows how to draw static shock.
He's co-creator.
We know that,
Yeah.
right? Like that's not even but and we've seen his work, whether you're talking about like classic question stuff or Deathlock. Like it's like dude can draw, but it
But he also
doesn't.
always kind of drew in this style a little bit. I just think it's just maybe it's dated.
I don't think so. It doesn't look as good to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened. I wish I did. Like and don't get me wrong.
I
Like
mean,
I
for the
I
record,
don't
I
I
didn't
don't
have a
want to like
problem with
I
it.
wouldn't ask the legend. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't
Yeah.
want to mess around and be like, hey,
Yeah.
how come it didn't look that great? you know, like I wouldn't disrespect him like that, but I didn't like it. And um, you know, G Willow Wilson, like the story that she came up with here, like doesn't I don't it doesn't really feel like it does either one of these characters any service, which is it's crazy again because it's like these are people that are intimately familiar with both of these characters, and so together you would think like, okay, at the very least, the characters are going to come across like cool, even if it's not the best story. But I feel like this whole thing kind of just is a disservice to both the characters, in my opinion. And I look, I definitely don't think Miles and Static, like I would be like, nah, like I would have been like, that's, I don't know, it would have felt weird to me. Like I'm not saying Miss Marvel was the way to go either, but honestly, the
Who
sad
would
fact
you
of the
have
matter
done?
is, I just, huh?
Who would you put with Static?
I listen, I would have not put Static.
Really? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
You don't like
who would you
young
have
black
felt with
people. Yeah.
Khan?
I mean, right, because Marvel's gonna do Miss Marvel, right? So, like, if I have to pick somebody,
Plastic
I
Man.
don't. Plastic Man would have been a better, like that would have been more interesting to me at least, because I just been like, oh, like
Plastic
don't
Man
get me
makes
wrong,
everything more interesting, not just her.
like that would have been more interesting. I think if I was really trying to make a a story like that would be something that might very well feature Miss Marvel and potentially highlight another character, I probably would have go with like another younger hero. Um,
I know exactly what you do to fuck around with people too.
who?
Team her up with a Teen Lantern.
Oh, actually, like you're talking about the actual like Teen
Yeah,
Lantern.
yeah.
Yeah, Teen like
And
I
then
could see
she
that
could
more.
she could put on the fucking glove and have her MCU powers for a minute.
Do you feel like the story that like just the page count that they had for that particular story was a detriment to, like, maybe if they had a time to like
Yeah.
maybe write a full issue, they could have probably done a better job even with, I
Well,
mean, not maybe not the art because you don't like that, but and
yeah.
maybe not the
I
fact that Static is black because you don't like that either, but
Oh no. See, I have no problem with. Well, you know what? Honestly, the big issue I have with Static in this is that he's a kid.
yeah.
Like I'm like Static is grown. Like like you aggress Static to try to like. I feel like they like trying to shoehorn him into the Miss Marvel
Isn't
Yeah.
Miss
kind of
Marvel kind
thing.
of grown now too?
Yeah, well, that's the
Not
thing.
quite. She's
She
older.
No, she's grown. Like
She's in college.
she's finished college in terms of dark web. She's already doing an internship.
No, the internship happens during college.
You didn't read dark web.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, when you graduate from college, you're supposed to get a job, not an internship.
Look, maybe in your white privileged world, that's how it is. But now,
I'm just listen. Who graduates from college with a degree? Like I'm here for the internship. It's like that's ideal. Like
doctors,
you might do like I'm
doctors
like
do that.
okay, okay.
Either
Hey,
way,
listen.
Static's in high school and she's like at least in college.
And then the thing is,
Listen.
if she is, let's say, in college, like let's say she's 21 or 20, her parents talking to her like that pisses me the fuck off. like,
Well, I think that's cultural, though,
yeah,
right?
fuck that. We're in America.
See, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
No,
doing
but that's
that.
how it is. That's that. But see, like that's
It's
how
not how it is.
that. No, because if it was because of your from your mentality, every Indian character would sound like Apu and not speak regular English.
Who's saying that? Nobody's saying
You,
anything like that.
because
I
it's
didn't
like,
say
oh,
that.
it's cultural. Yeah.
It's like, look, are you trying to say that there's not certain cultures that have respect for their elders in a particular way?
When you come to America, that goes out the window. Like,
Oh, listen,
look
okay.
at
If you say so.
they call him Brandon. You know, they call him,
so that's all I'm saying is like, but my big thing was like, if you're going to have Static Shock, I feel like, uh, at this point, I'm used to seeing Static Shock
Static.
like,
Hector
okay,
Chat.
look,
is has something to add
Static.
to.
There you go, Joe. But as at least a young adult, you know. But I don't like the regressing of the kid, and I get it. It's a crossover. It's not like canon or anything like that. I just kind of feel like like it just doesn't do Static any whatchamacallit, any favors.
You're also a
but
little.
you know what though? In fairness too, I was never a big fan of Static as a kid, like as a kid hero. So
Because he's black.
no,
And electrical.
right? That's what it is. I'm anti-electrite. Jay, you're a Static fan.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
I like the story. I
Ah,
thought it
there it
did
is.
everyone good.
See, and you're a Miss Marvel fan too.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So hey,
I learned to like
that'll be
her in Dark Web, but and that's the thing. Like I feel like if they could have really like this one probably merited a full issue, like uh
I,
you know, or a
I,
longer page count, maybe maybe like a 10 page or something.
of all the stories, this would have definitely been the second to last that I would be like, oh, that should have its
So
own full
what's
comic.
worse, this or the Frank Miller one from the other?
Wait, which one was the Frank Miller one from the other?
Oh man, you don't remember it?
Listen, I may have pushed it out of
Yeah.
my existence. Like said, the crossover was for Jay and Jay only. Look, listen, Jay gets what he wants. That does happen. So,
Like that's how we got
uh,
Guardians franchise in the movie.
ex- tell me again. What was the Frank Miller
I'm not gonna
crossover
tell it to
again?
you. Yeah, this is a
Why
Batman
not?
versus Wolverine. Like,
It was the one with the worst
Oh,
art.
right.
cause he just
No,
drew it on like a sketch pad and then sent it in.
listen.
Like he did like a strip.
That was a
Yeah,
worse.
it was
That
only
was
like 2 pages, but
right. That was definitely a worst, vignette. But obviously, those two characters, you know, like yeah, like nobody's gonna be like, we should make another Batman Wolverine comic book. So, um, yeah, the only one I probably the only one that I would say that doesn't I wouldn't want a full comic of more than the Static Miss Marvel is this Harley Quinn Incredible Hulk joint.
you didn't like
But
that either.
And,
I would also
yeah.
argue that this book has a way better Batman Wolverine story.
Um,
Yeah, but
are you talking
It
about this?
counts. It
no,
counts.
it doesn't. If anything, they're talking about their dads. Like it's literally like the Nippo baby, like hero.
Yeah, but
thing.
he was Batman, and she's every once in a while Wolverine.
She's Wolverine here, but it doesn't
Yeah,
mean it doesn't matter. Like it's still not them.
feels like it a little bit.
Uh, I,
A little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. Like you could have done this story with Wolverine, and like they're saving Damien or Tim or something. Like
But you
from
know
League
what?
of.
You could
Yeah.
have, but it's better with Laura.
Oh yeah, no, this is better, but yeah, it's not interchangeable by any means. Like if anything, I could rip it off and submit my story, and they're like, "Oh, this is nice and fresh." It'd be the same thing, but this is really good. Like
Yeah.
I
Well,
am so
first of
glad I
all,
bought I bought
are you
this
so
big trade paperback of Laura Kinney Wolverine, like
yeah.
basically the big compendium of all her stuff. I bought that earlier in the year, and I'm like, now I'm excited to read it after reading this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, uh Tom Taylor, I mean, like the dude is great.
Like I was
Like
literally just thinking, what happened to Honey Badger? Like 2 weeks ago, I was thinking that, and then Killer Croc took her.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if we're going back to this story yet, but I guess we are. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're here
yeah,
now, so let's
yeah,
go. Let's go ahead. But um I mean, the thing like Tom Taylor is very intimate with both these characters, having written
yeah,
both of the series
yeah.
at a particular point. And so not only did that help things, I think, but also it was just one of these things where it was like, wow, like these two characters like go together really well. Like to the point where like it almost felt like they actually like belong in the same universe.
I really don't
Uh
want these universes to stop fucking so that I could get this as a series.
100%. Like this it was like I was shocked by how I didn't even know I wanted Nightwing and Laura Kinney Wolverine to like be teaming up to do anything. And I read this and I was just like, this feels so natural. Like it feels like he should be with Laura even more so than like Batgirl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, felt that
No.
way to me.
That
Yeah.
look, the best part of this book is that they weren't gonna fuck.
That is true. Yeah.
No,
No,
and
but
don't get me wrong, I agree with you on that. Like I'm not saying that that's what I want to
you mean
happen.
more of a
But
partner, like team up, like thing?
no,
Like
well, no, but no. I'm just saying, like they have both though. They got like they have that kind of chemistry, and it's not even like a thing where it's like, oh, they should be together or anything like that. It just felt like it was almost like a
brother, let's go
80s.
brother sister.
Not even that.
It
Like,
it definitely gives off like a little bit of the moonlighting, will they, won't they kind of joint. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, I'm sure like half the audience is just like, what is he talking about? Right? Because I like this really, really old stuff. But
there's only like
it
two
definitely,
people. There's only two people in the audience, so neither of them said that.
it definitely gives that off though, where I'm just like, oh, and but without like there was no like any kind of sexualization of either one of those characters. They were just being themselves, and they're just like they both have like a different kind of charisma to them. And it was actually like what I liked about it too was that how he was like kind of showing the mutual respect they had for one another in a way that was just like very chill. And it was like it was, well, even though they were telling us, they were showing us why they were telling us too. And I was like, that's kind of cool because I feel like you could have taken some of those caption boxes away and the things that got conveyed would have still been apparent.
And what I really liked is their approaches to the situation. Like, like the
Hmm.
just dealing with Croc. Like he knows Croc, she doesn't. She's still willing to slice his face off, even though he's all scaly and hard skinned, and she's
Hmm.
just willing to do. And even like the way, like, he with the cage, like saving Honey Badger from the cage, like that's teamwork, but on instinct. Like they both
Yeah.
work on instinct, and she has the berserker instinct, he has the
Right.
detective instinct. It
Hmm.
really makes for like, I think DC needs to rip off X-23, and like we need a series like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
like if you think of her like going on missions back when he was like the CIA dude, like when I was
Hmm.
CIA dude, and it's like those like covert Wolverine missions, like like,
Right.
from back in the day, like it's like that is
Right.
so cool.
Yeah. Jay, did you have any thoughts on this story?
Oh yeah, I liked the story. I thought it was really good, really
Yeah.
interesting, and I thought the art was really good too.
Yeah. Bruno Redondo did the art. And
We
yeah,
don't
the
talk
art
about
actually is
Bruno.
the the art is actually pretty phenomenal. And again, just really captures both characters very well. And so, like
Did they
I
have
love
it
enough
when
just
they show
cheekbones?
them in silhouette.
Did they have enough
yeah.
cheekbones for Oz? Because I know that's one thing Bruno Redondo didn't do, is like put a lot of cheekbones in there.
No, he
The
doesn't look
colorist did, but
all the cheekbones are right, are from the colorist. Right.
All the
All the
details are from the
cheekbones.
colorist.
yeah, I don't know how Oz felt about that. I was thinking about it when I saw
Like
it.
Nightwing's abs
Yeah.
were the colorist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas, Adriano Lucas is the colorist. And but I thought it actually looked really good.
The
Like
only
personally,
thing
I was
that
just like,
bugged me about the art is Nightwing's tiny mask. I hate it when they do that.
what? How? Like,
He's
what
got he's
is
got
this
that
mask?
tiny like Batman 66 Riddler where it's just like a little
Like a
tiny.
Little
domino
domino.
mask.
Yeah.
I
No,
like the bigger kind of makes it look like a bat signal a little bit.
yeah.
Oh,
'Cause,
got
like
you.
Scott McDaniel used to do that, where it's almost like a top cow kind of thing, like a Cyberforce kind of like eyeliner looking
Yeah, he's
thing.
wearing blue eyeshadow.
Yeah, but I think here it works because like fucking Laura Kinney has the flair, so it's like you don't want too much on him too, like again, it's like it's the odd couple in a way that isn't that odd, so you got to make them like differentiate from each other.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
definitely works.
Yeah. Um, does anybody have anything they want to say about Hulk, Harley Quinn?
It was
I
fun.
That's what
enjoyed
I
it,
thought.
but I didn't like.
Um,
I laughed a little.
Yeah, it was like a
I
Calvin
didn't
and
like it.
Hobbes thing where Hobbes never talked. Which is like,
Yeah.
So I love the
I'm not
art.
saying did you really? Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the art. I mean, Amanda Connor knows how to draw Harley, and she drew the Hulk really well. But I definitely like it was a missed opportunity to get somebody like to write that one like a Palmiotti's like he's written both. He's worked on both, so it's like it was a perfect opportunity. But again, it's like they weren't really trying to tell like a full fledged story. It's like again vignette and it's like that. I think that's where some of these like you could probably do something better, especially with like oddball pairings. The way these universes are coming together, it's like this is a chance to really get creative, but instead you just choose to do like a strip, like, and that's I
Yeah.
felt as much. I did enjoy the the Frank Miller one, but only because I love Frank Miller and I love those characters and it's like any one of those panels I would love tattooed on my thigh. Yeah, but the reality is no, that's a missed opportunity. Like this is where you could really get like even that one is not as much as this Harley and Hulk one. This is where you could really get real creative, where it's like because Harley is like at the core, she's a mental health specialist, even though she's nuts.
hmm
And Hulk
hmm
is mentally ill. So you can
hmm
really do a cool story where it's like every iteration of Hulk kind of comes out depends on how she talks to him. And
hmm
he's like in the end, he's like, I can't really work on it. And she's like, yeah, me neither. And it's like,
That would be a great story. I would love to read
yeah,
that.
like I just wrote that
I,
right now on the fly.
that's that's
Yeah.
definitely that's definitely not what we got here.
Yeah, no, and so and again, these are missed opportunities because they're trying to do
Yeah.
just, maybe if you're good, and that's the thing is like if you're gonna do a strip, do the setup and the punchline. This one
Yeah.
had all set. It had the punchline at the beginning, then set up
hmm
to the same punchline that didn't work at the beginning. You know,
Yeah.
and so all I really enjoyed about this was the art. And then again, these are 3 pages that could have been added to the Miss Marvel static story and maybe made it better. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But Jay Oz, you liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was
what? Oh,
The
Harley Hulk.
the Harley Hulk.
not particularly.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Like
Oz said he liked it.
I recognize the artwork.
I like it in how I think Mo put it best, that Calvin and Hobbes type of thing, where
Yeah.
it felt like it's a strip.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I don't mind the story not being serious because I don't, I could get why, from a tonal perspective, why Harley Hulk
But
wouldn't be a
don't get me
serious story.
wrong, the story about Harley like psychoanalyzing Hulk, it sounds way more interesting than this. But you only get like 4 or 5 pages for this.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't.
Again, you
I
got an
guess
infinite, you
ultimately,
got an infinite Shazam Thor, and they're literally like the same thing. Like a bolt of lightning makes them who they are, except that Thor don't even have Donald Blake. Like I rather watch a Donald Blake and a Billy Batson story where it's like, hey, stay away from that young boy. Yeah,
yeah. But with that story just didn't do it for me. I'm just like, I'm good. I don't need this at all. But again, I'm sure, like, different strokes for different folks, so I can't be mad at it. Last but not least, and this is probably the thing that uh, that uh, kind of took aback the most people when this was announced. Uh, Hellblazer and Doctor Strange.
John Constantine,
Um, say again.
John Constantine, and Doctor Strange. Yeah,
Okay, sure. I guess they do credit it as John Constantine, Hellblazer, and Doctor Strange. Uh, so I mean, the first thing that struck me was like the writers are James Tinian the fourth, Joshua Williamson, and Scott Snyder.
according to Heck,
Who-
according to Hexzilla, if that's his real name, the Shazam Thor story had Donald Blake in it. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that.
I don't think that
See?
came out physical. I can't find it.
No, it's
It's-
Infinite
It's
Comics.
digital.
You have
Yeah,
to
it's digital.
subscribe to the Marvel app. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
And
I
well,
mean,
you know, and
you technically do.
eventually,
I gave you the password. I pay for it so you guys can read and talk about shit on the show, but you guys never logged in. So, I just kept it for myself.
if it's eventually they usually do print some of those joints.
I don't
Like,
think they're
you
gonna
know,
do that because that maybe they're gonna have to pay residuals or some shit.
I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Uh but yeah, so there a lot of people like there were people that were very kind of taken aback by the idea that the first time we're getting Constantine and Doctor Strange together and it's a backup story in another book. You know, there are people that were like definitely warrants its own comic.
Mhm.
Um and I would agree with that.
Especially with the team
Uh
working on it. Like,
well, here's the thing. I'm looking at this and I'm like, why are all those people on this book? Like like any one of those guys could probably write a book with those two, like a story with those two characters. I personally think probably only two of them really should, but you know, and I'll keep that to myself. You
how
know,
many characters?
we could
I
save
could
that. We could
guess.
save that for the after show. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to know
But
who wrote what, because it's the whole story is two dudes talking.
dude, and this is what I'm saying. Where I'm like, I don't understand. Like was this like one of their concepts and somebody else like plotted it and somebody else
Well,
scripted it?
isn't
Like what?
John? Well, I think this one's actually might be in continuity with Constantine. I think Joshua Williamson's writing Constantine, right?
Oh, so maybe
I
that's
think,
why they're like
yeah, because
they had to consult with him to like actually.
I think this one is like because of the nature of Constantine. Like I mean, he's gonna go unaffected by this, but this is gonna be part of his canon. You know?
It could be. I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't been reading Constantine lately, um, but I was just like, yeah, like I don't understand what that's about, and I feel like it does deserve a little bit of like some sort of explanation. And I'm sure that's out there somewhere because um, I know that I'm not the only person to ask that question. I just I'm just curious as to, like what the reason was because I'm just like, okay, like you don't need, especially um, the story that we get here. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you need all those guys, but maybe I'm wrong. Uh, and then we have Hayden Sherman doing the art, and yeah, like how do y'all feel about the art?
I loved it.
Okay,
It was
how,
good. Constantine looks a little funky sometimes, but I mean that's nothing new.
I mean, you act like you never saw Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves
no,
play him. Yeah.
look, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
soft.
why you shouldn't even bring that up. Like,
hey,
Oh, I'd just be happy he's
let-
blonde and
yeah,
British.
yeah.
what'd you think of it, Joe?
I wasn't a huge fan.
Of the art?
Not for the people,
Mm.
but Ghost Rider and Swamp Thing look pretty good.
I would agree with you on that. Like the Ghost Rider and Swamp Thing portions of this book are actually like pretty amazing. Like that whole sequence feels like a really fun aspect,
That's
and
right.
it
What
is
Scott
pretty much
Snyder
like
wrote.
maybe, maybe, um, yeah, and it is interesting that it does feel like they kind of go with like the most classic versions of both of these characters in this book, which is kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like it's not to say that it's not like Constantine looks drastically different now than he did then. Doctor Strange maybe is wearing a different costume, but he pretty much looks the same. But it does have like a very like like um 60s kind of vibe to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. The story itself though, I thought was kind of interesting, though I think Oz is not wrong where it's like it is basically just these two guys kind of talking to each other for the most part. And if they had more room, I do feel like we maybe would have gotten
But
more of what they were talking about. We would have got to see more of it.
that's the beauty of it. When he hits him and opens his third eye, like
Hmm.
like that's everything. That's he watched the entire universe unfold inside his brain. Like,
Right.
and that's bigger. Like again, you don't need more pages. Like Static and Miss Marvel needed to express that. They
Yeah,
did that in one panel.
they did. They
So it's
did.
like, and that's the
The
beauty of this
storytelling is strong
story.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, you got three of the best right there, like doing it. So
It's true.
you know,
It's true. And I
yeah,
do I do like again, like just the one page was basically like a magician's duel that was happening like behind the scenes. you know, where you have Doctor Strange basically saying to Constantine, like, you keep trying to hit me with these sleep spells, and I'm fending them off. You know what I'm saying? Like this is as they're having the conversation, and then ultimately Constantine is like, oh, okay, like this guy's out magicking me, so I'm just headbutt him. Which is
yeah.
a very Constantine-ish kind of thing, or at least feels like it to me.
What's the
Where
drunk
I'm like,
bar fight move, like the
right,
soccer hooligan move, and that's the thing,
exactly,
and it's a parallel to the first, well, to Doctor Strange, but like in the movie that was iconic when he just like she just hits him and he falls out of his body like that, and he gets
yeah,
gets brought into this new world that's bigger than what he thought it was, and that's the
hmm,
same thing that happened to Constantine, which is now a multiverse, which another multiverse on top of what he already knew.
right, right. Oz, who is the guy that is tussling with Mephisto? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I
Oh,
I
does
forget.
anybody know who that guy is?
I used to know his name. He came out in a bunch of comics too. Like he's like the Mephisto type, but from a magic perspective, like with the Merlin and the Morgan Le Fay people, like those. I think he was in like Justice League Dark at some point, as like not as a member, but like as a villain. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I assumed he was a villain because he's fighting Mephisto, and they're talking about the magics clashing and intertwining. So, like I definitely picked up on the vibe of what was
Yeah.
happening. I just was like, I don't know who that guy is, and I know that again in the same way how like I'm not necessarily steeped in DC lore when it comes to like cosmic entities, at least not outside of Green Lantern, pretty much. Um, is the same way where I'm like, okay, like I didn't even know there was like a devilish kind of character in DC that's like a Mephisto equivalent
He's not
Oh,
because I
is
don't
that
really.
supposed to be
remember.
Neron?
Yeah, that's the
I don't.
Neuron. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's just the lack of clothing that kind of threw me off.
Doesn't he have clothes on?
Well, he has the green like stuff, but he
Like
does. He
you see
usually
his.
doesn't look like that.
Oh no,
He has like a more superhero-y costume.
Neron. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess that is who that's supposed to be. It doesn't. You're right. He looks different.
I have to look it up. I'm not gonna take credit for that one.
Oh, I'm like I don't know who that is.
Cool.
I don't know that I've ever seen that person in a comic book before. So
No,
oh
you
yeah, he's
have.
a demon lord of hell, and it says was first featured as a major antagonist in the multi-title crossover event Underworld Unleashed. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. That was in 1995. So I don't know what that is. Have you ever heard of that Underworld Unleashed?
I don't know.
I wasn't. Well, that the reason you didn't hear about it is because it's happening during like Age of Apocalypse.
Right, exactly. Like I'm like
Yeah.
I'm
But
not messing with that at
yeah,
all, right?
that
Yeah.
was the stuff that was happening there at that time. But he showed up. I think in like Legends of Tomorrow, they showed him. Like in the show.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
does say that. He was made by Mark Waid.
Yeah. Larry died. He said the magic word, Mark Waid, and he died. Yeah. All right. Let's see how we're gonna handle
Let
this.
Lawrence know that he didn't explain Pluribus, right?
Why you leaving?
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna get to it before I have to
Yeah.
go. He made it seem like it was a zombie show, and totally was not.
That's what I told him. So I explained it wrong to him, but it's it's basically just the world becomes a hive mind. Yeah.
It's way more interesting than what I thought, and I don't know why I didn't give Gilligan the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't done anything that I really not like.
Sorry, fellas.
You said the magic word, Mark Waid, and then disappeared.
There it is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sitting here like, wow, like I don't know who that is, but I guess they don't use him that much. I don't know.
They only use him for shit like this because I think last time I saw him was one of these like in the background kind of shit too, like in Dark Metal verse or something.
Maybe
It says here he was in 50. He was in 52. I read all of that. I don't remember that dude at all.
That's where I remember him from a little bit too. Yeah,
Like maybe the visual, like it popped in my head, but
but
I
he was
no
just
idea.
in the background. Like that's the thing. He's just in the background. He's not like he's never been an antagonist for a big event or anything.
look. It says I'm reading here. It says like the last appearance he had was in 2016, and he said it was in DC's Midnighter and Apollo in yeah, which is like basically I'm like I'm pretty sure I read that. uh
He was wearing less clothes though.
oh, you know what? I did read that. Like because Apollo is in hell, and Midnighter goes to save him. I just didn't. I was like, I don't know who that guy is. They said the name, but I was like, okay, okay, man. I feel bad. I feel bad for poor Neron.
I mean, don't like if he was, they found a place to use him, they would use him. Again, just like Mephisto. Like, who's gonna play him in the DC shows now? Like, you got Sacha Baron Cohen for Mephisto.
Mhm.
Who are you gonna get for Neron?
Uh, some blonde guy with a mullet. So I don't know.
Matthew McConaughey, it is.
There it is. All right.
Low key, I wanted him to be Mephisto and Aquaman.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. So okay. Um, but yeah, man, I would like to see another Doctor Strange Constantine story.
And that's another one where you think you have like the odd coupling, like because the easy one is Doctor Fate, but
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
real Sorcerer Supreme, if any, for DC is Constantine. Because
yeah.
he helps Doctor Fate's successor get the Helm of Nabu. So
Hmm.
and he does the dirty work that the magic people can't do.
Yeah.
And then what I didn't
Did
get in this story when he said, "Oh, Z would make fun of this for me," and I didn't know if he meant Zatanna or the girl from the second arc of the Vertigo series.
yeah, I feel like he was talking about the girl from the Vertigo series, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Like it could be either. You're right. So, Jay, did you like this story?
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Gotcha. So, which one was your favorite, Jay? If you had to pick one of them to be like, that's the best story.
The Wolverine Nightwing.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Oz?
Oh, you know I'm gonna say Wolverine Nightwing.
That's fair. What about you, Mo?
I mean, I love the Deadpool Batman one. Like,
Right.
that's the. But
Yeah.
it's for me it's a three-way tie really between these three. Like I feel like I got three good comic books for $8. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would have to go with Nightwing Wolverine, but the Constantine Doctor Strange joint is like a real close second. So
So when we
okay.
rate it, do we rate it as a whole or just a story of Batman and Wolverine?
No,
The whole
I think we
packaging,
should rate it as a whole.
because
That's what I
it
think.
cost us money. So
Right,
yeah,
right. No, I think rate it as a whole because
okay,
you don't get to pick part of it, right? You
yeah,
gotta they don't let you pay for the stories you want.
yeah.
So yeah. So uh let's start with you, Jay. What would you rate uh Batman Deadpool #1?
I would rate it a 3 out of 5. Like the highs are really high, but the lows are like really low.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Moses Magnum, what are you rating Batman Wolverine #1?
I would give it a 4 out of 5. I love the Grant Morrison Batman Deadpool story. That alone is a 5 out of 5. But I have
Mm-hmm.
all these other stories that didn't hit the mark, and
Mm-hmm.
again, little bit missed opportunity. Like I literally, you heard me fix
Yeah.
the Harley Quinn and Hulk one, you know,
Mm-hmm. On
and
the fly.
on the fly. So if I could do it on the fly, they could do it with an editorial team. So definitely, I can't give it a 5 out of 5, but I really like would love to give it a 5 out of 5. But yeah, I have to give it a 4 just for those stories. Like they could have expanded on the stories I liked, taking out the bad ones, and just expand on those. Give me 3 good comics instead of 5, and 3 are good and 2 aren't. You know.
Got it. Oz, what about you, man? What would you rate Batman Deadpool #1?
I'm gonna say 4 also. There's a lot of good stuff in this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
It's one of
I'm
those
gonna go
rare
ahead.
issues. Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead,
go ahead.
Mary. No,
No, I
it's
was gonna
just one
say
of those rare issues where the backups ruin the whole experience. You know?
you're hilarious. I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I think I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. I do agree with Jay, where it's like I feel like the highs are high, but the lows are low. Uh, I just think that you know, for price point and the fact like the main story was one that didn't really do it as much for me. I can't give it higher than the point 0.5, but the stories that I liked, I really liked. So that's where that point 0.5 comes from. So cool.
Heck chat says he gives the review a 3 because he needed more universe fucking.
One now with 100% more universe.
He also said they won't
Universe
print.
coitus.
He said they won't print the Infinite Thor, Captain Marvel one, Shazam one, because they actually call him Captain Marvel in it, and they can't use that in print.
Oh, is that true? Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Um all right. Let's switch to Pluribus.
No,
Um
Pluribus.
oh, what did I say?
You said
Pluribus.
Pluribus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen. I look, we had this conversation off air earlier. Uh I'm so
I
used to
wasn't
saying
there.
this inside of the phrase, but apparently I can't say pluribus by itself. If I say the entire like e pluribus unum, it rolls.
You can't even
But
type it.
I did misspell it. But that's just, look, I know what it means. So but
Technically, the show spells it with a 1.
it is true. It is true. So yeah, Mo, you brought this to the forum real quick, man. Talk to us about what it was about the show that made you feel like, oh, we should be talking about it on
Well,
Fantastic Forum.
it's Vince Gilligan's next outing,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was excited for it. And then
Right.
once I watched it, I regretted every single moment because Just growing up with a schizophrenic bipolar dad and watching TV the way he watches TV, and then at the end when she like that shit, I got scared. Like it was like a horror. Like how
Yeah.
Larry watches something with like blood and guts. Like it was me watching her hear the TV talk to her. I was like I don't know, man. I think I even have PTSD from hanging around my dad when I was 4 or 5 years old. Cause when I saw
Mhm.
that shit, it fucking freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How much of it did you end up watching, Mo?
Just the first episode. Like
Just the
I
first
was,
episode.
yeah. There's other episodes out, but I haven't gone back to it. Like
Got
not
you.
because it's not good. I
Yeah.
just I still shook from the
It
first
kind of freaked you
episode.
out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like maybe I shouldn't even watch it. You know.
You should.
Oh, listen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
it'll
was
be.
gonna watch the first episode because you get okay. They want to talk about it. I'll watch it. I get whatever, dude. I'm waiting for the next episode now. I'm five episodes in.
yeah. Man, that's how much. Yeah. And I don't know if I can do it. Like yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, it's a Gilligan TV show, dude. It's like
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
episode.
but
Every
watching
episode
it from a
feels like
mentally like from a watching the world through somebody's eyes that's mentally ill, and then trying to watch this where he already thinks the world's a hive mind. And it's like, they took his meds away when he's like, the TV's talking to me and the phone's listening to me. He's like, oh yeah, that's meta. That's what the world is. And then he couldn't
Hmm.
get the help he needed because what his paranoia was what the world became. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Just like, I don't know if I can handle this show.
it's a
Yeah.
I mean, every episode like it feels like nothing's happening, but a lot's actually happening.
Hmm.
I guess that's the only way I can describe a Vince Gilligan project.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Man. Jay, how much of it did you get to see?
I saw the first episode.
Okay. What was your take on it? Like, Mo talked about, from his perspective, seeing the one episode. Uh, what about you, Jay? What was your take?
Um, I think it was more interesting than it was described
Hmm.
to me.
Okay.
But
Mo didn't explain it right. Is that what you're trying to say? Nope.
You did it.
Who, me?
Yeah, Oz was saying when you dropped off the Zoom or the conference, he's like, tell Larry he didn't explain it right. But I
I
guess
never explained it.
mm, like, but
I
he's not
literally
here to tell you. But yeah, like that's
I
what he told me
literally
to
didn't
tell
know
you.
what the show was about,
But
other
that's how
than
you
you
know
were
he's
like,
a
watch it.
bitch because he's like he could have told you to your face over Zoom right now, and he didn't.
I didn't know what the show was about. I watched it like legit cold. All I knew it was on Apple TV. So I was like, okay, let me go watch it and see what it is. And I felt exactly how you felt, Mo, at the end, where I was just like, oh, this is some other stuff right here. Like, I'm like, oh, like, and then I watched the second episode and I was like, whoa, like, we're like in some place, like, I wasn't sure what was going on
Yeah.
the first time around, per se, right?
I
And
really do
then,
feel like I need to like rent a storage unit and just go in it and watch the rest of the series
oh,
by
dude,
myself, like locked in, and then
it's
Emily will come and get me in the morning. Yeah,
it's something else, man. And when I tell
yeah,
you, man, Rhea Seehorn,
yeah.
like, that woman is fantastic. I already knew she was a treasure from Better Call Saul,
I see. I
but
didn't know her at all because I didn't watch Better Call Saul.
oh,
So
dude,
and then so she's like, "Who's this young upstart?" You know,
this young upstart, this like this little
yeah,
firebrand. No,
yeah.
no, yeah,
And
she.
she was amazing in the first episode. Just like, yeah,
But, man, like, yeah, this show's on some other stuff. I'm in the same boat with Oz, where I'm just like, it's 9 episodes total. Um, it it premiered with 2, and then they released an episode each week. And so yeah, there's 4 more left, and it's already been renewed for another season. Um, so that we'll get at least 2 seasons unless something catastrophic happens.
Uh,
And yeah, it's pretty interesting.
and you know, like
Um,
Vince got like the season's already planned out, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Like he's a storyteller, and he's a person that understands. Like he definitely believes in a beginning, a middle, and an end.
hmm like we're talking. Well, I say we, but it was me and a radio show I listened to. So I was talking to the radio again. My dad was schizophrenic and bipolar, so I'm talking to the radio. I feel they're talking to me, and yeah, we're talking about how I keep saying we're talking, but when shows jump the shark, and it's like Breaking Bad was one of those shows that never jumped the shark. Like, it was
Mm-mm.
perfect from beginning to end
Mm-hmm.
because it never like even though it took time off and
Mm-hmm.
hiatus or whatever, but the story still flowed. Like they never
Mm-hmm.
had to like explain why now they have smartphones because the show had 2 years off between the transition of flip
Mm-hmm.
phones and smartphones. You know, like they still use the Nokia, like,
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. So it's a perfect show. Like it's a time capsule in the sense in that those characters' lives, and I feel like the little bit I've seen of Better Call Saul, even El Camino, like it's that like that's just a little time capsule in that moment in time, for
Mm-hmm.
those characters,
Right. Right. So, like, how did you all feel about like the premise and how it's presented in that first episode? Like, did you all feel like you had a good handle on like what was happening, and when you if you didn't, did you feel like it was like uh did you feel okay about that?
No, I got what was going on.
Okay.
I had
Okay.
seen like trailers and commercials and stuff about it, and I guess that was what like how Oz and his algorithm that all the stuff with Nightwing and Laura Kinney was on his algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
This one was all over my algorithm. Like
Oh,
it's like
really?
watch the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, like they wanted me to watch it. And again, eh, from a dad that's schizophrenic and bipolar, and then how the show turns out in that first episode, like why did they want me to watch it? You know, like why would it work? Why was my phone working hard for me to watch this?
Right.
Because everybody I talked to about it never heard of it. But somehow I'm like, it's marketed like directly to me, and it's very like Philip K. Dickian. And
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't like it, and so I'm like, okay, I understand the world is like that now, and then it turned into that in those last 10 minutes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, um, yeah. So it really gave me, and then especially dealing with the death of my mom and shit. Like my brain ain't at 100%. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that on top of that, like but but yeah, the cinematography was pretty good, and the score was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it was a really well done show. Uh, if they really like killed my mother and fucked with my algorithm to get me to watch it, they did a really good job. Like, because so now we're talking about it now. Yeah. It's like it was all led to this, like, and then Grant Morrison's gonna show up with his typewriter.
Oh, Jesus. I will say that it definitely feels like um it's almost like what like a little vignette of like what if like a Karen was like survived the apocalypse,
Yeah,
and
a little bit.
like the way that the in fact the character's name is actually Carol, and who knows, like it might have, the way it plays out, I'm like maybe it was Karen at first, and they're like that's too little on the nose, we got to change the name to Carol, maybe, but it's really interesting just to take in the performance and the scenarios, and just it definitely kind of gives you like a what would you do if you were in this situation kind of vibe, because the character in the show makes choices, and it's just like who knows, like you would never know what kind of choice you would make until you're
Yeah.
actually in that situation. But
And that's the thing, is like even the way they handle like the zombie apocalypse, if you will. I know Oz was mad because he thought it was a zombie apocalypse.
mm,
But it is technically, because when you think of marketing and things like that, like we kind of live in it right now. When you
mm,
think of it from a schizophrenic mind, you know. But uh, it is this weird hive mind virus, really kind of
yeah,
like it's telling of what the world is, but it's also scarier than what the world is. And the expressing that, I think, is really good.
yeah,
Like the
that's
way they express it, I guess, is really like, it's not too on the nose, but it's artful, and it's like,
100%.
yeah,
100%. And it definitely kind of gives off like it's interesting because it feels like it almost is like a inadvertent commentary on like AI a little bit, and
yeah,
like
yeah.
like that chat GPT kind
hmm
of
As
kind
a
of
culture,
culture that we
yeah,
got going on right now, which
yeah,
I'm just like, man, yeah. But it's definitely hitting like hitting a lot of, like, it feels like it's hitting a lot of notes. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so is there anything that you all like want to say about like episode one in particular, that like anything that stuck out, or anything that you all will want to?
Other than it being really jarring for me, that's about it. But it was the most jarring and enjoyable experience I've ever had.
But ever got it,
Yeah.
got it,
I thought it
got
was
it.
pretty funny.
The show in general.
Uh, no, just the part that was jarring the mo was like comedic to me.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Enjoy your
Well-
privilege, Jay.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I definitely feel like
like
um
when the kids were helping her find her keys. It's like,
But that shit was
so
creepy as
messed up.
hell. Yeah. Like,
So messed up.
yeah.
Yeah, that was very creepy. And then yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things that happen where I'm just like, it's really
the
interesting.
teleprompter. The teleprompter had me laughing.
Look, if Larry,
It
like,
Like,
if two
like
little
we're
little
not aliens. It's okay,
yeah,
Carol.
it's insane. It's insane. No, really. And it's like the kindness is the creepiest part,
right, yeah.
where you're just like, they're definitely
Imagine,
gonna
Larry,
eat my
you get
face.
home and two little kids are helping you find your keys.
No,
Like,
no.
you don't
Look, first
even.
of all, I'm not gonna forget where my spare key is. That's number one. She out here damn near trying to break into her own house. But I'm just like this, like that. I'm like, I couldn't do it. Like those two kids, creep me out, and especially when they just walked away. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
we're
like
in
they didn't want
trouble.
anything in return. Like,
Yeah, man.
no Girl Scout cookies or anything.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. So okay, um, so let's just do a quick rating. So Jay, what would you rate Pluribus?
I would give it a 4. It was interesting. Um, I feel like if I had Apple TV, I probably would have watched the second episode just to see
Mm,
where they're going with it.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Most Magnum, what would you rate Pluribus?
Yeah, I would do about man. I mean, the shit's a 5. Like, the color
Yeah.
theory, the way it's shot, like just I could watch that shit on mute without knowing what it is, and it just looks like beautiful paintings every frame. So it's
Right.
almost like almost like Stanley Kubrick style,
Yeah.
but just modern. Like it doesn't feel like it's biting off Kubrick or it's trying to be Kubrick. It has that same emotive vacation, or I don't know if that's a word, but the
Yeah.
feeling I get, I guess,
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 just visually, and then the story is like I don't know if I'll ever get to finish it, but but it's a 5.
Yeah. No, I would give it a 5 as well. Like the joint was great. Like the acting's top notch, the script top notch, the cinematography of it top notch, like amazing pacing. It has some interesting conflict. Um, not as much, I guess, in the first episode,
Yeah.
but even in the first episode, a little bit, like but more so as you go further into the series, it's just like, yeah, it's cool, interesting, um, like accessible sci-fi, man. And hats off to Apple TV, man. They got this whole sci-fi thing on lock, like right now. It's crazy. So good
You
for
haven't
them.
seen Mythic Quest yet, huh?
I watched like 2 episodes of it and just hadn't made my way back to it. It's funny,
Yeah.
but
No,
I
but
haven't.
story wise, like, cause it gets even a little, not too Grant Morrison-y, but it's on that level. Like
Oh, I
when
mean,
as you get later on, like
really?
yeah, it gets kind of not surreal, but it just the shifts of perspective, because like they got the writer character where he thinks it's all about stories, so then you watch an episode about him and
Mm,
how he got like how Asimov comes out and like edits his book for him, and that's how
mm,
he makes the video game. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So, okay, cool. Cool. I see we have a guest. Let me go ahead and bring in, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Davis is in the building.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, Ed?
I am good.
Good, man. Hey, always happy to have you on the show, man.
Oh, I
Thanks for
appreciate you
being here.
always letting me be here. It's great to be on.
Of course, of
Now
course.
I got to watch the show you guys were talking about. It's one of those things. I don't need another fucking streaming service, but I do need another streaming service. And they keep throwing shit at me that I need, but it's like, all right, wait till it's done. Subscribe for a month, binge, dump.
There it
Yeah.
is. There it is. Yeah, man. Yeah, you have to these days, man. Like, Lord knows, nobody has the income to pay for all these streaming
Look,
services,
I
if
right?
know.
those streaming services were smart, they would do a contract like your cable company did.
Yeah, give me a year for a discount.
Yeah.
It's like they always suck you in with at least here's a free month or
Yeah, or 7 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we blasted through. It was Severance. Like, all right, we're gonna just
Oh yeah.
blast through Severance as fast as we possibly can because we don't want to have to pay for that next month. And it's like, oh man, Apple TV keep dropping good stuff, but I just I look at everything they have. It's like, do I need it? And now you're talking about this, like perhaps I do, but I think I'm off. I'm a teacher, so I get off that stretching Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's the time to subscribe to whatever you
Right.
need to, so you don't waste more than a month on it.
Right.
And that's the thing, the timing too, because yeah, like let's like especially around Christmas time, like if somebody
Mhm.
gives you, let's say a set of AirPods, like
Mhm.
sponsored, not sponsored,
Huh.
but it's like once you activate them, like, oh, you get 3 months of Apple TV free,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like, so shit like headphones or even like
yeah,
a gift card, like they'll always give you like once they have your info, they're like, yeah, get Apple TV. So they'll give you
yeah.
incentives, and then they'll send you emails like, hey, try it, come back again. Here's
Yeah,
another,
because you get in and they just want you to forget to cancel it.
right.
Right.
But I'm good. I cancel it the moment I get the free
Yeah.
trial. Like, all right, you
Yeah,
won't bill
right
me.
after. That's how I
They're
do it
like,
too.
are you sure you want to dump it now? Like, yes, I'm positive.
Mhm.
Get rid of it before I end up paying for another year. And I always end up doing that. He's like, you think you're going to be smart this time, but you never are.
And sometimes
Right.
it's worth it too, but some things aren't,
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you have so many. You're just like, wow, do I even have this streaming service? Why am I still on this service? And yet, once in a while, you're like, oh, good, there's something good came out. But like,
I have
oh
a streaming
man,
service that I don't even think I'm paying for.
Hmm.
Like, I think like I canceled it and it still gives me access, but
Hey.
it never shows up on my statement,
That's the best way. Let it keep going until
yeah.
they figure it out.
Yeah. So you guys should watch Telemasca on AMC Plus. I hear they don't
There it
charge
is.
you for this.
Hey, worth a shot.
Yep. So Ed, man, talk to us a little bit about what you got going on right now.
All right, so I have a new one shot that I'm putting out. It's a horror story called Floaters, and it was conceived when I was stuck in hospital waiting rooms for endless hours and just worried about my own vision because I developed floaters myself. I have a brother who completely lost his vision. So when anything happens with the eyes, you get really paranoid. I mean, anyway, anything with eyes is paranoid, but when you know someone in your family has actually lost their vision, that paranoia amps up to a 10. So I was in hospital waiting rooms of a stretch of 17 hours over 2 days. And the first day when I was leaving the waiting room, the doctor basically told me, "Oh, you're imagining it." He told me that I was completely wrong and that whatever I was describing, I was just over exaggerating and, you're wrong and you're fine. And as I'm walking out, this homeless woman runs up and just grabs me. And she's shaking me and saying, "You're not real. You're fake, and I'm already in a bad headspace. So I go to an optometrist the next day, spend the big money because you go to your primary, so you don't have to drop, $500 on one visit. But I go in, I spend the $500 on the one visit, and he said, "Yeah, you have multiple retinal tears, and there's a lot more going on. But if you want me to fix it, it's going to cost you multiple thousands." So he's like, "You got to go back to your primary." So I go back, and at this point, I'm there 11 hours. And after about hour number 4, the nurse comes up like, "What can I get you? I can get you some water or whatever." I'm like, "Get me water and get me a pad of paper and a pen." And then I just kind of started blowing this story up as I was sitting there stuck in the waiting room anyway. And it turned into eye floaters aren't just, the vitreous fluid accumulating in your eye. Instead, they're parasites that infect your brain and make you a complete homicidal monster. So that's what the story became. And it was just kind of my way of pouring out all of those emotions in a more positive way instead of just sitting there in a panic for 11 hours.
Sheesh. Wow. Well, listen, you definitely took that lemon and turned it to some lemonade.
Yeah.
And that's why I really wanted to, have you. I already. I know it's a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like it's about to shut down, and we got what like 5 more
Sunday's
days?
the last day. Yeah.
Sunday's the last day. Yeah, and I got mine already.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But Larry has his eye issues. I don't want to put his HIPAA. I don't want to violate HIPAA here, but
I got floaters too.
Okay.
And he has it's your actual condition.
I have keratoconus.
Okay.
So it's actually like a thinning of the cornea.
Okay.
And so the floaties are a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like at a certain point, I'm definitely gonna have to get a corneal transplant.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I just won't be able to see myself. So trust me, like I'm.
And even in the history
you're
of
talking,
the show,
and I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. How funny.
Even look, who suffered was us because even when Larry couldn't see, he's like, "My eyes aren't working. We can't do the show. We have to do the show and mic him on his bed because he can't get out of bed because he can't see. Like he's in pain too.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
it was
show
sucky.
must go on. Here's the microphone. So when you think about the horror of eye shit, it is a true horror. I've lived it.
And so many people have. Whenever I talk about the story to people, they go, "Oh my God, I have floaters and I had this experience or that experience." And they're like, "And this story sounds like too much for me to handle." I said, "Well, I want you to share in my dread. So, join me and feel paranoid because it's kind of, that's why I wrote it as a one shot because it took me to the darkest crevices of my mind to even write this story. I was paranoid. Am I going to lose my vision? What's going to happen? And at that point, they had already told me you're in line for 1 surgery, probably 2. So they did a laser and then they had to do a cut surgery because the clumps that had formed were so large that it was taking away about 40% of my visual field.
Oh my God.
And it looked like tiny little gnats. And I'm just sitting there and the doctor's like, "Okay, we can do this laser surgery. That'll fix the retinal tears, which are causing some of the other things going on. But then to get rid of the floaters, we got to cut in there." So it's, a
Yeah.
whole other thing. But then I had the horror of trying to get my insurance to approve it, which is a horror story of its own. And, when you finally get there, it's just, I let this story sit for about 8 months before I finally was able to revisit it. Because it was just, for a while, I couldn't see for shit. I mean, I was wearing the pirate patch and couldn't see very well. So the last thing you're going to do is sit down on your computer and do anything with that at that point. But when I finally revisited, I'm like, okay, I wrote it. There was a lot of stuff that was pretty unusable. It was just stream of consciousness, just pouring out all these thoughts. And a lot of it got kept, a lot of it got lost, but, just kind of shaping it into a story. And the artist that I used, he's actually the letterer on Immortal Era. And I asked him, I said, hey, I have this idea. I texted him when I was in the hospital waiting room. I said, it's all this, because he does really cool monsters and things like that. He has his own series. And I told him about it. He's like, yeah, I'm definitely in. I said, it probably will be a long time, but just one day I'm just going to text you, script's ready, let's go. And that's what happened. About 8 months later, I said, okay, script's ready. Just got back from the editor. Let's make this book happen. And he moved quick. He was done in about a month with all of the pencils. And now where we're at with the book, everything's finished. I've just finished the lettering. I'm actually sending it to print this week so that I can hopefully get it in people's hands by Christmas. That's the goal.
Oh, nice.
And then the digitals will ship the day after the campaign. As soon as the campaign closes, I'm going to blast all the digitals out right away.
How many different tiers do you have in regards to the Kickstarter?
I did 4 different covers. So I have a foil cover. I always do a foil in there. Always really popular. I have one, William Russell, who's done work for Image. He's done work for Marvel, Dark Horse. He did a cover for me. And then I had my artist from Immortal Era do a cover. And then the artist of the book himself, Dan Schmidt, did one. So there's 4 different colors. And I also did a black and white version. So that way, since it was kind of inspired by Junji Ito, weird body horror stuff that he does, I wanted to do one in black and white. So we have that. And then we have T-shirts. We have, trying to think, there's a few original art pages that the artist gave me to put up on the campaign. So we have a few of those left. And it's a smaller campaign. So you can get the trade paperback from Immortal Era. You can get the Cthulhu Invades hardcover or softcover. But since it's kind of by itself, awesome, I just didn't add as much as Immortal Era. An Immortal Era campaign is loaded to the brim. It's got huge amounts of tiers, huge amounts of add-ons, but that's because there's also 11 issues worth of material that I need to kind of sort out. But this does have the CGC of the book Moses just showed. I have the graded one of that available. And then Dan did a cover of Immortal Era for me for Rocket Con down in San Diego. And I have that graded one available as well.
Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so it's a one shot, like you said. So one and done. And the campaign ends this Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what's the date on that again? What's the date this Sunday?
The 9th?
Just so
let me see.
In case.
Let me see. That is the 7th.
The 7th. Okay, yeah. December 7th. There it is.
December 7th at 4 o'clock Pacific, so around 7 o'clock Eastern. It's going to end, and it's already funded. So that's the good thing, is I know it's funded, so I can. That's what once it hit funding, that's when I figured, all right, I'll get the lettering started, and that way I can send the books in, so it'll be ready a little bit in advance.
Nice. And it's called Floaters.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
So named after the eye floaters, and it's the way it was done, and people keep telling me I got to do a sequel, because I wrote it kind of like the Smile movies, where the curse just moves around. You don't know where it started. You don't know where it's going to end, and it could move to another person at the end of the story. So it leaves itself open for a sequel, and I have people who have read the early versions of it and are already saying, like, you got to do a sequel. So we'll see if I can get my head back in that place. But I have so many other books that I'm working on. It's kind of like, do I need to think about one that I wrote it as a one shot, and I have next year I have 2 new series that'll be dropping as well. So
sheesh, man.
So keeping myself busy.
We see. Not mad at it. No, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Well, listen, I could tell you, like, I gotta go fund it myself so I can get my copy because I wanna read it.
Awesome.
Like,
Yeah, because other than
I'm
that, I
like,
mean, what's the next convention we're going to see you at? It's probably going to be next year, right?
Yeah, it would have to be next year. I'm thinking probably WonderCon because I know you guys normally do that one.
Yeah.
mhm.
And then I got waitlisted for San Diego, so we'll see if I'm at that one. But there's lots of little ones in between, and I once the con season starts going, I try to do one a month if I can.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, like, just go ahead and tell the people, like, give them where they can go to fund floaters and whatever other information you want to share with the folks.
All right, so
Please feel free.
you can go fund floaters on Kickstarter right now. It's going till Sunday, but I'll probably keep late pledges open for at least a week. I'll keep late pledges open until the books arrive, and since it's a one shot, I'm going to be doing a pretty big print run, so there will be plenty to accommodate that. And all of my social medias are all under Finish Line Comics. So if you go Finish Line Comics on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, you can find out what's going on. You'll find out what the new upcoming show schedule is and everything. And I know LA, they stuffed us in a garage. I'm hoping they don't do that to us again. So I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys went to LA Comic Con, but it was a
Yeah.
weird setup.
It was weird because it was bigger than it used to be, and even like the little horror area, they had that
Mhm.
was usually like the photo op area before,
Yeah.
and yeah, so they had you guys in the garage in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see that area of it.
Yeah. A lot of people
Yeah,
didn't. I had people
yeah,
who were looking for me and they
yeah.
said, "Where are you?" I'm in Artist Alley, but they had two Artist Alleys, which made things
I
extremely.
think they had 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, because there was one in the main hall, there was one off
In
in the
South
West
Hall,
Hall
yeah,
or
the
the
West
South
Hall,
Hall, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we were literally the parking garage in the basement. And they gave it some bullshit name, but it was the garage. And
Yeah.
like I could see the parking space lines right below me. So yeah, they definitely botched the execution. But I mean, I
Yeah.
had a good show still, but it would have
Okay,
been a
I'm glad
lot
to
better
hear
if
that.
people knew they could actually find me somewhere. And I'm
Right.
excited now to come back and do some more shows where I'll have this book on the table. The second volume of Immortal Era, the second trade, will be coming out in, I think, February or March. So it's, like I said, a lot of stuff. And then 2 new series, one that I'm negotiating with a publisher for, and the other one will probably be my own. And yeah, I just hopefully by the end of next year, get out 5 or 6 books in the year to keep people reading what they want to read.
Sounds good, man.
Now, are
Sounds good.
we're going into the holidays. Are you a
Mhm.
horror movie guy that likes those like Christmas horror movies?
I'll watch some of them. I mean, I do enjoy some of the Christmas horror movies. I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and
Yeah,
all there. I mean, I'm trying to think of what other ones, but yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot, and I like the one Thanksgiving horror movie that exists, the Eli Roth one. I just watched
yeah,
that, and that one's great.
yeah. There's like an old one that came out too, but I like this one better.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no. I just wanted to get that, especially with floaters being like horror coming out around this time. It's like,
yeah.
yeah. Maybe you're gonna do maybe a Christmas one shot.
Christmas floaters. Yeah, Santa gets them and becomes homicidal.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
jeez.
like, or Rudolph has the red nose, but Prancer's got floaters.
Yes. Oh, the floaters can start going to animals. We'll get See, that's the problem. People
Yeah.
like you're coming up with these good ideas.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, shit, why I can't be done. I can just do
yeah,
it like once a year. All right, here's
yeah,
the annual new floaters and who it's gonna mess up, because someone was telling me that they had the one who hosted the floaters launch party, she was saying she had a botched C-section where they forgot to medicate her and she had all this
yeah,
pain. And in the book, the floaters are activated by pain. So I'm thinking she could have that pain and go wild in a hospital. I
yeah,
mean, oh man, there's too many
yeah. The
possibilities. So
possibilities. Yeah,
floaters aren't dead.
like,
They'll be back because already You're giving me good ideas. The Floaters
It might
Holiday
be an
Special.
anthology series with guest writers.
Yeah, and
artists.
there's already some creators that have called dibs. They're like, you know what? I want to write a floater story. Let me do that. So we're talking about that. I'm also working on a anthology for Immortal Era where everyone can write their own tale where people are immortal. Basically that's the only rule. They're immortal, have fun. So see what people can do with that. So that's some other things that I have in the works for next year.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I had worn a hat today so I could throw it in the ring, but it'll have to be next time.
Hey, you know what? When the time comes out, I will let you know. It'll be on my Instagram. It'll be like,
Yeah,
okay, we're
so-
accepting pitch submissions for whatever story. The Floaters one, the Immortal Era one, and yeah, hopefully we can get both of those launched. I'm gonna work with Travis, who did the Cthulhu anthology, because he was the one that said, I have an Immortal Era story I want to write, and I said, you know what, bring it and help me get this anthology launched, because he's done, I think, 8 successful anthologies already. So he's the one to ask, because I don't even know where to start. But he's got the contracts and everything already pre-written. You just need to change the name of the book. So hopefully, I would say probably next summer, I'll start accepting the submissions for both of those.
Nice.
Cool.
Then you can throw your hat in officially.
Yeah. I'll get a good hat so it stands out.
Cool, man.
Also,
hey,
Ed has a podcast. Like that's why.
Yeah.
It took. He came a little later than he usually comes when we have him on. So he's finishing his podcast today.
Yeah.
So why don't you
tell us
plug
about your
that too?
podcast real quick, Ed.
Okay, I actually do 2 podcasts each week. One of them is called First Impressions, and I have a co-host, and we pick 10 different albums each cycle, and we listen to the album that we've never heard before, and we just talk about it, what we think about, what our favorite songs were, our favorite lyrics were, what songs we want to skip, and then at the end we decide if we keep it or return it to the used bin. So we're actually on episode 48 of that one. Today we did Susie and the Banshees Juju, so that was fun.
Man. Yeah.
We've had a couple bands come on and do interviews when we're talking about their albums. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then my second one is just called Saturday Morning Comic Talk, and I grab other indie creators and just throw out some weird subjects for them to talk about. So it's not really talking about comics per se. It's more, okay, what's the best sequel that's ever been created? And we do that. And then at the end, I let them talk about their campaigns. But I try to do something different, because you get a lot of shows where you go on and answer the same string of questions over and over again.
Especially when you're trying to promote too.
Yeah. You go on 12 different shows when you're in a promotion cycle and you're answering the same question. So I tell them, come on mine. I will give you none of the questions you're used to answering. So we did a Thanksgiving food draft on my last one. So I try to make it fun and interesting.
Cool. Like did you do like brackets? Like
we did, yeah, we did.
Oh man,
we did like main course, sides, drinks, desserts, and yeah, it was a lot of fun because they were all passionate about the choices they made. And one guy was telling us, "You can't do that. This is the wrong holiday." So it turned in. We said, "All right, we're changing the name to this show of Food Fights now because we're doing that." And then in a couple weeks, we're gonna kill Christmas songs and say which Christmas song should never be heard again.
Oh man,
so we have a lot of fun and. Like I said, I just kind of keep it away from the standard things that the comic creators answer every single time. And that way, even if you're not a comic creator, you can come in and listen and give your 2 cents. And that's every Saturday morning.
Well, it's just interesting content. Yeah. I really like that idea of the brackets for the food, because that's one of the my sister was telling, because they asked, I was in charge of the stuffing this year, and they're like, what are you going to put in it? Like, just red onions and celery. Like, what more do you need? Like, all you need is, like, I make my own broth for it. The box says just throw water in it, but I make my own broth from the giblets and everything. I season it myself, and then I put that in the stuffing. That's the real good part of it,
Yeah.
Like, what more? You just need the crunch from the celery. That's it,
Yeah.
I don't like putting nuts in it. I don't like putting sausage in it. And then a couple of my family members got mad because like they wanted the one with the meat in it and sausage.
You get the meat from the turkey and the ham.
Exactly.
You don't need it in the stuffing.
So my sister's like, I saw an interview with William H. Macy where they asked him, like, what is the most like pilferated like food, like the one traditional food that you don't want to see like ruined,
Yeah.
And he's like, stuffing, like it's like just throw hot water on it, like it tastes good just like that.
Yeah. It
And
just has a
that's
good flavor. You don't
yeah,
need anything fancy.
yeah. So now I'm definitely where can we get your podcast? Because I definitely want to hear that bracket, and then we might
Yeah.
have to do for next
It,
year.
it's YouTube
Yeah.
Finish Line Comics. So I have
Okay.
a Finish Line Comics channel on YouTube, and I think we're on. I haven't kept count, but I think I've done at least 100 of the Saturday morning comic talk ones.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I've had I had creators come on that I didn't realize were big time game designers and things like that. So sometimes you don't even
Oh,
know
wow.
who you're bringing on. They just say, "Hey, I
Yeah.
have a campaign. Let me come on." And generally, I say yes to anyone who asks, which means you get some guests that are better than others. Some people that are not naturally
Right.
inclined to speak, so they're just sitting there giving
Mm-hmm.
quick one-word answers. And I said, "Okay, we're gonna curate the ultimate festival. What bands are you bringing in?" And they're just like, "I don't know. I don't listen to music that much." Like, all right, well, this is a dead topic. It's not going to go anywhere.
Right. That sounds very cool, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'll have to definitely give that a listen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Finish Line Comics YouTube.
Yes.
All right. Sweet. Cool. All right. Hey, Ed, thanks for coming on, man. And we'll talk to you again soon. What do you already know what your next campaign is going to be? Like when?
The next campaign will probably be March, and it will be for Immortal Era 12 and the new trade. So
Gotcha.
it'll be that. We're closing out the second story arc in Immortal Era. After that will be a book that is a new book that's coming out called Karen Hunters, where you find out that the Karens that are out there are actually demons from hell, and they're trying to take over the world. And then after that, Dracula versus Sherlock Holmes, or it's going to be published by someone else, but it'll be the next one. And then Immortal Era 13, Corruptor 3, and that's my next year.
Sheesh, man. Wow. Well, listen, man. We'll definitely catch up with you for the next one.
Right.
But I love that you got the whole schedule already, like in your head. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
that's like, I'm not mad at you, dude. Keep doing what you do, Ed.
I will. All right. Thank you
All
again
right.
for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Later. All right. Um, Joe, can you hang in for Star Wars Visions conversation, or do you want to
No,
push
yeah,
it to?
I can hang in.
All right, let's do it.
I thought
There
he
it
didn't
is.
watch it because it's Disney, and he didn't like how they
That's
treated Jimmy Kimmel.
that's only you,
No, that
Moses.
was you.
It's only you,
Right.
Moses.
So I can't hang in here.
You listen. You better hang in, Mo. Look, you hanging in. Like you get to talk. You get to listen about why it is that you don't want to be watching it. So no,
Redundancy. I love it.
there it is. Star Wars Visions, season 3. So we have how many episodes is it this time around?
9.
9 episodes. Um, is it only 9?
Let me
9.
double check that.
No, I think you're right.
9. It's 8.
Yeah, it's 9.
So, we have, I think it's like 3 that are uh returning stories, like basically like sequel stories, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and one of which I think is going to end up becoming like its own show, which I was
Great.
like, wow, like that's kind of wild. But like, did you know that, Jay? That one of them?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I had no
so
idea.
listen,
Like, I'm kind of curious as to which one.
and this is the whole thing, right? Because what I can say to you is this, and or what I'll say, I'm just going to share my own opinion initially, is season 3 was definitely not as strong as the past 2 seasons.
There's already
Um,
through 2 before
yeah, this is season 3 of Star Wars Visions, yeah.
this. God damn.
So, um, And don't get me wrong, like I don't want to say that like in the way like or in a way that makes it seem as
You already
though
said it. It's too late.
um like everything's terrible. Cuz you know, they're not terrible. It's just they just don't. I don't know if it's, and I guess this is the thing, and part of the reason I wanted to ask, or what I wanted to ask you, Jay, is, um, do you feel like this concept is still, I mean, obviously it was fresher in season one, but
Hmm.
is it does it feel like it's getting stale, or is it still
To
cool?
me, yes. Like the short form anthology Star Wars just isn't doing it for me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just give me a movie if it's worth it, like or a mini series.
Okay. Okay. And so why when you say it's not working for you anymore, like is it specifically the format or is it more about the fact that it's like does it feel like we're getting some of the same studios or what do you think it is?
I think it's just Star Wars isn't as good,
Okay.
so I'm not really as interested in it.
Mm. And
Like,
okay.
Can
oh
I
no, go ahead.
interject as a bystander? This
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
by,
go for it.
yeah. For one, Hexzilla says everything terrible raves Mayor Young in chat. That she cracked me up. But also, it's like, it's are these stories canon in Visions? Like, are they adding to the lore?
No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and I feel I have, even though I didn't watch this nor the last season nor the second half of the season, but it's like if they're not adding to it, well, then why the fuck do I care about it? And that's usually my attitude with everything. And in the past, Jay, you've been like, sometimes you just like stuff, and that's cool too. But and it's like if it's a one off thing, like that's cool. Like a reimagining for one off that doesn't affect anything. That's how I would like that myself. So it's like, what is it about this Visions that really turns you off right now?
Oh, I just have grown tired of it.
Do you think that if Star Wars was more mysterious, like, is that the problem? Like, I think when we only had a few things adding to the lore and then the books, but nobody else knew them except you and maybe me, you know. Uh
No, I just feel like Star Wars stories just aren't
they
as
ha-
good
do you feel they have
right
nothing to
now.
offer, or are they getting wrong people? Do they need, like, how would you fix it?
Um, I would definitely start with the writing. Like, I would go back to some of those classic writers who
But
did. Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
no, you please go ahead. No, go
finish,
to
Jay.
classic writers.
Um,
See, Larry ruined the show again.
no, he didn't.
He
He's just
derailed
like,
you.
I don't know. Like, that's what I would do.
Like, just go back to kind of maybe look at the books that they threw in the garbage when they bought it from Lucasfilms.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, get some of those writers doing stuff.
yeah.
But when you say like Star Wars stories aren't as good anymore, I mean, like it wasn't that long ago though that we came off of like this last season of Andor, and like that that's good, right?
I didn't finish Andor.
Oh well, that's the problem, Joe. You're watching the wrong Star Wars. Like,
I mean, all Star Wars should be great
why? Like, why would we have that standard
because,
for
like,
anything? Like, we don't have that standard for anything else.
but again, but nothing else has been shoving shit down our throat till Disney bought it. Yeah,
See, but it's not. But that's not even true. It's
it is
like
true.
everything. Like they're friggin' six, like eight Fast and Furious movies. Nobody's like, oh, they're shoving it down our throat. There's friggin' 6
Yeah, but those are
Transformer Bayverse movies, right? Nobody's like they're shoving it down our throat until this last one,
I
right?
know. I've been saying that for these movies
And
the whole time
and
since the
and
first ones. So
and so I'm like, we're not getting that much more Star Wars than any of this other stuff. It's like the movies, especially,
in
is like,
their
in fact,
uni-
that's the whole thing where it's like the movies don't even come out
I haven't
except for like
watched
every 3 years.
I haven't watched those movies, so I don't know if they're shoving it down my throat or not. But I can guarantee you, like the quality, the expected quality is probably they got a better rating amongst their fans than Star Wars fans have for the stuff that Disney's putting out.
No, I'm not saying that people dislike it. They don't dislike Star Wars more. I would agree with you on that. What I'm saying is it's not because they're making too much of it. It's like, because that's not really what's happening. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that
Where's
all the Star
Oswald
Wars
the
we get
old
is
boy button?
the Star Wars we're getting. Depending on what you're talking about, some of it isn't spectacular. I mean, I agree with you on that, because I was kind of shocked by how much less I felt enamored by Visions this season, because it does feel just like lesser for some reason, and I'm trying to put my finger on it. But
But you can't
I
put it on
guess,
it because it's lesser, so you can't find it. Like,
but my whole thing is more so like there's a lot of franchises out there that are actually putting out crap and
yeah, but
getting
I never even
applauded for
seen
it.
those. Yeah, like
And getting applauded for it. And so I'm just sitting here, like, when I watch the Star Wars that we get, it's like the Star Wars that we've been getting, even the bad part is better than a lot of stuff that's out there. I think that a big part, like, it's like if people are comparing it against the originals, it's like, sure, like that could be
but
the case,
it's not
but that's like,
even.
one, an unfair comparison, and then two, it's like half of it's nostalgia. Like if the originals came out today, half these people would be saying it's garbage. And so I'm just like, like, you want me to believe that you're trying to hold Star Wars to a particular level of quality, and I'm just like, no, you just don't. You just want to
Well,
see
that's what I was kind of
things a
saying.
particular way. Like, we be having a conversation about how woke Leia is, and how she's
That's
a garbage character.
kind of what I was saying is like we have too much. Like they're giving us too much and not the right like. And that's kind of how we started this, but it's like if it was quality, like because part of Star Wars is like, oh, I want to know more about this. I want to know
Hmm.
more about the Force. So you read the books, and then, oh,
Hmm.
those books are shit, says Mickey. So,
Well,
um,
no, but they don't say that. They just want to do their own thing.
yeah, but why? Yeah, again, this is
Like
what happened.
George Lucas did the same thing.
This is what you get when they do, and then whatever George did, that's what you get too. you know, so it's like, just go with the lore, man. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I will say that I don't have a problem. Like, I like the idea of Star Wars stories that can be told that are outside of canon. Um, I will say this. Part of this too, I think, is um, Vision having like the anime kind of lens on it. It's like, maybe if they had done, like, say, a Visions for season 2 that wasn't anime, but still like an international kind of deal, you know what I mean? Like, that might have made it maybe fresher, even though, like, season 2 I liked, but it's like, it part of it might just be like, okay, maybe I don't need more Star Wars with a, like, Asian motif, because I've gotten 2 full seasons of it already.
it's really
Maybe I don't.
hard to do, but yeah, but I get it. I get what you're saying.
What's hard to do?
Well, I mean, they're fighting with kendo sticks that have LEDs in them. You know, like
No, and
you
I'm
know.
not saying get rid of lightsabers. I'm just
No, no,
saying
no.
like
I'm just saying, like hard to get from the Japanese aesthetic is hard. Like, but it's also again the stories you're telling and how you tell them. Like, if you could do like a Peter Chung or, how Liquid Television would like Star Wars Vision. I assume is trying to be like a Liquid Television for Star Wars. They should get more
what's liquid
experimental.
television?
The fuck out. Jay, you're done, right? Once he said that, you're done, right?
Listen, we have people that may
No,
not know.
a lot of people
Uh,
don't
We have
know
people that
that.
may not know.
I mean,
Explain what
there's only
liquid
like
television
three
is.
watching right now, so
Okay, well,
yeah.
listen. How about for the one of them that may not, Moses? Come on, man. Get with the show. You're not gonna tell them
Liquid
what
television
yeah.
is hey, it's like an anthology TV show with wild and crazy animators. I don't think they're doing as wild and crazy as they can with the Force but again, I haven't watched it. Like that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I started by saying this. I haven't watched this shit. So you tell
Yeah, no.
me, like, should it be
Yeah.
more like liquid television or less, or like what
It
do you
should
think is the problem where it's failing? I guess is
no
my
no.
question.
Well,
Yeah.
well, what I will say is this: is it shouldn't be more like it. I don't think only because I feel like there is like the last episode is kind of like it a little bit, or like more out there, and it's just like
The
very
last
abstract.
episode of the third season?
Yeah,
It's the final episode?
I'm pretty sure it was the last. Was it the last one or the second to last one, Joe? Do you remember?
No, that was the last one.
What's
Black.
it called?
Yeah,
Black.
and
Oh,
it's
I
just
don't
like
like it
this.
already.
It's just this surreal kind of like literally abstract Star Wars type joint, and I'm just like nobody comes to Star Wars for this. Like like nobody
But
and
the way
and uh
can I ask you a question? The way I talked about that Grant Morrison segment in that Deadpool Batman,
hmm
do you think I would come to Star Wars for this?
I mean maybe you would. Yeah.
Okay.
I could see you liking it. And here's my thing. I wasn't even
I'm gonna
saying it
renew
like
my Disney Plus subscription
there's
now.
no part of me that would say that shouldn't have been made. I just don't think it should have been the last episode. I think it should have been like tucked in the middle somewhere between two more traditional kind of Star Wars joints because I feel like it is longer too. Is it longer or is it just felt longer?
It just felt longer.
Do you know who made
Oh,
it? Like what studio, who wrote it, who directed it? You know nothing about
Let
that?
me look it up.
it's
Because like that could have been why it was, he's the headliner,
it was directed by um Shinya Ohira
Oh man.
and um it was animated by David Productions
Ooh, damn.
or David Production. So
Oh,
yeah, so but like in
It's
my mind I
actually
was
the
like, yeah,
shortest short.
that's hilarious. That's the shortest. I was watching this joint like, when
when
is
is
this
it
gonna
over?
stop? When is it gonna stop? And
And
then it
it's
was the
funny
last.
because I felt that way too. Like
Yeah.
when
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
I gotta
watching
watch
it,
this.
and it's like, yeah, like
like
the
what is
description
this? What
and what's
is
going
this?
on don't
Oh,
mesh.
How
dude,
long
it's
is it? Like, what's the minute count? Like,
It's 14 minutes.
oh dang! I could watch it right now while you guys finish your review.
oh
I'll
no,
see you
man, we're
guys
gonna be
later.
done in 14 minutes. I promise you. Listen, we're gonna be done in like 5 minutes. But yeah, man, I was just like this definitely should not be the last episode, and it's like yeah, like maybe you tuck it between two more traditional Star Wars
Is
type
this the
deals,
worst
but
episode of the season? Like, in you guys'
No,
opinion? No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
it's see, but like, and I think Joe's right because which one is the worst one for you, Jay?
The smuggler. Like that
Yeah,
one is just goddamn awful.
I think I love it from the title.
So imagine this. There's a smuggler, right? Who has a ship that she can't fly by herself.
yeah,
Like she needs someone else to fly for her.
Okay,
She
I can
can't
buy it.
fight, and basically that's everything about her.
So does she smuggle stuff in her body? Is she a mule or what? Like, what's the deal here? Like, why is she here?
Exactly. Why is she here? Because she owns the ship.
uh,
But her cargo needs to fly it for her, and it's just so bad. It's like it's so bad.
Yeah.
I think I'm.
So, my whole thing, I think more than anything, is just more like in the same way how I understand that, obviously Japan has a number of different animation houses, but there are other countries that have animation houses, and it's like it might be interesting just to get like other international takes on Star Wars by region.
Yeah, but I don't think there's very few. I don't. You're not gonna understand this because you're a very hopeful, naive, bright eyed. Very few countries understand the imperialistic approach and rebellion. You know, or the desire for rebellion.
You
Like
think so?
yeah, I think if you get like Azerbaijan or Turkey to do a Star Wars thing, we're gonna get a good Star Wars story.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But if you tell France, you might get a chick that can't drive her own fucking ship. You know?
France? You don't think France
France
knows
did
about rebellion?
motherfuckers.
No, they just bend over and take it.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean,
Never,
like
never.
You
from
you've never seen
judging World
motherfuckers.
War II, Yeah.
What'd you say, Jay?
You've never seen motherfuckers.
Who,
Like
me?
that's a French joint. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's good, but it's also, I give them that. And don't get me wrong, like they can, but it's easy to say that they can't. You know what I mean? Like, because
So,
it's like, don't destroy our cities. We'll give up our freedoms. Just don't destroy Arc de Triomphe. Yeah, like,
yeah.
that's what happened in World War II. You know what I mean? Like the last time they did is like, oh, how are these people? How are we gonna handle? Let them eat cake. Cake? Like, what's the motherfucker's birthday? The fuck out of here.
So, let me ask this question. Jay, if you had to pick from the list of episodes, which one do you think would be the one that would probably get the spinoff from season 3?
Um, it's got to be either the Duel or the Ninth Jedi.
It's gonna be the
Like,
Okay.
chick that can't fly her shit.
It's definitely the smuggler. The smuggler for its episode. No, I'm joking. It's not the smuggler.
It's
that
Um,
Disney.
would be
Disney. That's what
hilarious.
they're gonna do.
yeah, but yeah. So you say either the Duel or the Ninth Jedi, which that makes sense because those are actually two of the episodes that got sequels from the first season. Like the first season, both of those had a story. These are the two parts in season 3 here are continuations of those stories, and it is in fact the Ninth Jedi. The Ninth Jedi is getting its own series. Um,
Hector Chat was like, the smuggler's totally getting it.
did Heck say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, you
Okay.
guys are the admins. I don't know why you don't see it, but I see it.
I don't know. For some reason, I didn't see it come in. Yeah, that's funny.
It's because you're on
So,
wireless.
no, you know what, Moses?
What? I'm
So
right? I'm right.
no, I'm wired in.
Yeah, sure you are. I can see the tether to your ears.
No, I mean, what my headphones have nothing to do with me getting chat messages on the computer.
So
Anyway,
you think?
so you think like that's because you don't know technology.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, man, I don't know. Like, yeah, this season didn't hit for me, unfortunately, like the past two did, and that actually bothers me because I want to like it, and I want sure, like I like the idea of Star Wars anthology series. I don't need it to be canon, but I would like it to be more Star Warsy, and that's something that I do feel like in this season we do get a fair amount of stories here that don't feel like Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah. So, what else do you
Bird
have
of
to say about
Paradise
season?
was pretty to look at.
Look, now don't get me wrong. There's very seldom bad animation. Like I don't want to ever make it seem like I'm trying to say these people don't know animation, because that's not the case. Even the one that I don't like Black, like it's interesting. It's
I
kind of
wonder
like
why
almost
you
like
don't like it.
I don't even know why it's called Black. Do you know why it's called Black?
No.
It's to make you not like it.
Hey, well, look, I guess mission accomplished. I don't know, because
You admitted it.
listen, I definitely look. I was so sad watching
Larry's my
that joint.
favorite bigot.
I was like, why is it still on?
How long was
It's
that one?
he said 14 minutes is what Jay said.
Oh yeah, okay.
He said it was
That's
like the
not
shortest one, which
Yeah.
that is impossible. Like time definitely is relative. It can't be, because I was like sitting here like, what? Why is this happening to me? What did I do?
So like let's say you wanted me to watch it. So it's like you want to like eliminate the crappier ones, like, and not thinking about me, but the ones that you like. Like, what's the order? Like, at a what is it? Was it 9 of them, 8 of them,
9.
9? So like, let's say it's episode 4, but which one would you put at number 1? You know, like to start off to like really get me to want to like watch this.
No, the first one is good. The Duel, which was actually the first one, I think, in season 1 as well.
How long is that?
And the Duel is good. Like
23
it's
minutes.
I'm out. That's too long.
it's
I don't like my
you
Star
know,
Wars more than like 14 minutes.
you're hilarious.
Meanwhile, I watch all 3 in one sitting, like
Right.
randomly.
Right.
The 3 originals.
Yeah, and the ninth Jedi wasn't bad. The original, I think, was better, but
Which was the original?
the one from
The
season
Ninth
1.
Jedi.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, the first one is called the Ninth Jedi, and the
Mhm.
second one is called the Ninth Jedi: Child of Hope, and that's like the
But the second
sequel,
one is in the
season
3rd
3.
season. Okay.
Yeah, because
And
they
what
didn't have
episode?
it.
But what episode was it in the first season?
That's a good question. I don't know. I could look it
Because
up real
I may
quick.
not. I think I know which one it is, but I don't know if I saw it or not. And that's the
And
thing that knocks in your
It
review
was
because you keep
episode
calling.
5.
there you go.
Do you have a screenshot of it that I can look at?
No, we don't have a screenshot of it, Moses.
What are you guys producing here? Like,
He's like, you got to. He's like, can you play me a short video? Like, you have a
can
video
you like?
summary of the
Let's
episode?
watch it. Let's watch
Let's
it
just
together.
watch it. Watch it live. Why not? There it is.
No, cause I think
So,
it's. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
oh, no, I was just going to ask if there's anything else.
No,
Yeah.
I
No.
did want to see a picture because there was, from I remember from the first season, an episode that a character I did like, but I don't know if it's that episode. But I can only distinguish it from the art style because, again, you get these diverse animators. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know
but
if
either way,
we.
I can do that on my own. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it.
Yeah.
If there's anything else, if you guys want to rate it or
Yeah. I
whatever,
think we should just rate it
yeah.
and be done for today. So, Jay, what
Okay.
would you rate Star Wars Visions season 3?
Um, I would give it a 3. For the most part, it's fine. Um, but there are some low points in it. Like if you're gonna watch, some low points and some weird points.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of anime, I guess.
Hey, you're not quite wrong. I hear you on that. Yeah. I also would give it a 3. Jay's absolutely right. Enough said. Moses Magnum, rate the review for us, buddy.
Honestly, This is a 5 for you motherfuckers. Because I'm actually like, I I had been boycotting Disney and I didn't want to deal with it, but I really want to watch that bad one. Like, you guys, but and that's also why I kind of like because I got a trial, 7-day trial. So I was like, tell me like, rate me like the order in like best to worst. But then I realized I got to watch the first episode again, or the first season for that Ninth Jedi. So
I mean, the episodes stand on their own. It's like
no, not if that's the one that's getting the spin-off.
I promise you'll be able to watch that show without
But I
watching
don't
any
want
of
to pay
Visions.
Disney like that. Like I just want to watch what you guys told me right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, so now I gotta, I got 7 days that I got,
Yeah,
find a new waste of time to do.
yeah.
So
The whatchamacallit, for this season, for season 3, the dual payback I think was definitely my highlight because it basically
so
has
I should watch
like,
that first or last.
I
I
don't
would
like
say
that
what
he was so anti-cyborg. Like that feels like an un-Star Trek thing.
I mean, it's not Star Trek, but yeah.
Star Wars.
I mean, well, the character you're talking about is not like he's not like a Jedi. He's kind of like a reformed Sith. So
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
that's why I give it a 5 out of 5. Now I'm intrigued again.
And then
You know,
and then they had the basically like the Jedi equivalent of Darth Vader, which is pretty cool.
like he's all
So
white or
kinda
pink. Yeah.
like I mean look.
What episode is that in?
That's in the dual payback. And so, like again, like it's technically a sequel to the first episode of season 1, but you don't need to watch
The first
that.
episode was that Japanese one though, right? Like
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Edo
like the black
period?
and white.
Yeah, Edo period.
Isn't that
like,
the first one?
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's my favorite one. Like that's why I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
watch the rest of the season because I like that. I mean,
Yeah, no.
I watched a couple episodes, but I like that one the most.
Yeah, they made that same character from that one is in another episode, is the first episode of season 3. So
Awesome.
and so yeah, so that joint's
That means
cool.
my 7-day like trial should only last me like 1 day. Cool.
So
And again, that's why I give your review 5 out of 5.
we'll take it. All right, let's get out of here, good people. Hey,
I don't think I have anything.
That's
Okay.
Like, you have a lot
If you
of horror
if you
Christmas
change your
movies
mind,
you wanna watch.
we'll come back. Most back
Or mainly we want Larry to watch.
Wait, what?
We all want Larry to watch Christmas horror movies. And the public demands it.
You could watch the meme one. Although it's kind of dumb.
Is that the one with Walton Goggins?
I don't think he's in it. But that's the one with the basically do the Grinch as a horror
but the
movie.
public domain. Okay, yeah. No, I because Walmart did a commercial and they wasted opportunity. They used Walton Goggins as the Grinch, but it's like when you look at Walton Goggins regularly, like, and we discuss it with Oz. If you're on our Patreon, the $5,000 tier, you get Gaga for Goggins. But yeah, we talked about like it's like his face. He looks like a Whoville person already. Like,
He does.
why would you put the green prosthetic? Get somebody else to be the Grinch, and he could be like the mayor of Whoville that saves everything. It's all fan fiction anyway to get you to buy Walmart's shit.
For the entire Fantastic Forum. Thank you all for hanging out. We'll be back next week. Until then, good night. We're the Fantastic Forum. We're out.